Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I have a thread here. So the competitors for this race, just in case you don't know, we have Rise QT, who's up in the top left here. We have Nugian in the top right. We have DeadandDoom in the bottom left. We have Gucci Pradas in the bottom right. And then over on Duyu, we have GTR, the Chinese player, the one remaining Chinese player who made it to Piety, unfortunately died along with DeadandDoom, but made it through into the next event. And, you know, with the deaths we saw in the last event, who knows whose game this is, because, you know, the first two players to die are basically out of the running for any of those top 3 placings, any of those juicy cash prizes. So, who knows what's going to happen, you know? We've got some really fast players here, and obviously, you know, the Chinese player GTR was quite a bit behind the other players, but if he can stay alive and play it safe, you know, honestly, maybe just playing it real safe would be the way to go, because if you've got these other guys pushing as hard as possible for that #1 slot and they make mistakes as a result, then, you know, maybe playing it safe and getting a nice placing because of it could be a legit strategy, especially with that juicy cash money on the line.
Yep, big weight off their shoulders that they actually made it past the prelims here. Everyone's looking pretty darn good. I mean, look at Raze QT doing a little path of building action. Just like getting psyched up for it. Nugi doing a little dance, love that. Gucci, he's looking at his chat, interacting. DeadandDoom, same over there. And the Chinese player, look how happy he looks. You know, he reminds me of one of my favorite Dota players, Chuan, and I'm rooting for him a lot.
I just got to imagine how DeadandDoom's feeling right now that he actually made it through after dying, because he's got to feel like just saved by some divine intervention there.
Well, they're off.
We're off. Here. We're off.
And let's see.
Let's have a bit of a
standard
jump around. Here. I don't think either the stream is delayed or we don't know if the Chinese player. Let me grab the name again. GTR has. Oh, there we go. He's started. He's maybe slightly behind. Maybe a bit of a stream delay.
He had his shift click on. So as he was trying to click on the zombie, he was actually just attacking and swinging his hands in place. So he was a little bit stuck there.
Oh dear, that's a bit of an upset. I'll tell you what's also an upset though. Look at Rise QT's HP right now, moving into the Hillock fight with 50 HP, not full HP.
Oh boy.
That's that could hurt here. That could cost him a Hillock upset. You know what? In a race like this, a Hillock death with no resets allowed. Could you imagine suffering a worse fate?
Oh boy. I'd say, you know, if you die early here, you just create another character, right? Like, why not? You create the other character, you suck it up, because there's a big chance that something similar happens to the other players.
But the rules, man,
inventory.
Apparently we're not allowed. So the rules.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing, right? Okay, did we see any move speed boots come out? I did see Nugi put on some boots. They must have. He still had room for a ring though, unless he got a few drops there. It looked like they may be just a white pair of boots. He's just holding on to chuck a transmute on later.
Yeah, something that's like just so impressive to see is D&D's inventory speed. When he's equipping items, looking at items, it is quick.
Tons of practice and experience, and just like also having in the back of your mind constantly what you need to be looking forward to. Did I just see DeadandDoom's weapon as like a 46 IPD with two additional damage rolls or something?
I mean, that would be pretty nasty. He did identify a rare
attack speed IPD rusted spike. That isn't actually insane. That's a very nice drop.
So going towards Hailrake, but hey, we did see a death of Hailrake to one of the Chinese players earlier, so let's see what happens here. DeadandDoom first.
You know, do we think that DeadandDoom really needed that RNG, because that weapon is insane? I really don't think this world is fair. There is no justice in this world.
That thing is pretty nasty. Let's see what happens at Hailrake though. So Raze and DeadandDoom both going towards Hailrake. Same with Gucci. Nugi is the last person to enter the title island, it looks like. And actually the Chinese player on my screen is just entering the title island as well. So even a little slip up with the shift clicking at the beginning of the race, he's hot on their heels.
Nugi going for a misread on the title island again. DeadandDoom doesn't care, he runs the full lap. Hailrake turns out to be on the top right, so a little bit slower there. Looks like his Hailrake kill's going very smoothly, not taking any damage. Hailrake's only going for melee attacks. Not a single nice. Glacial Cascade there. Easy mode.
That was really nice. Yeah, his health did not move there. That's super nice. Got a tiny bit of ES buffer there.
That little, you know that 4 ES can make a difference. That gives you a 50% stun avoidance. So,
I mean, it's nice to know that you know, when you take a hit, you see the ES go all away, right? And you're like, oh, I'm actually taking hits now. Whereas with the life, you know, sometimes you don't know.
GTR just taking down Hellrake as well, very smoothly, picking up a bunch of gear, going for the log, and heading back into town as well. Not very far behind at all, actually. He's doing quite nicely here, despite that upset at the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, something I'm kind of jealous of, it seems to me like the Chinese item boxes are a little bit bigger than the, English ones. Maybe, yeah, easier to pick up.
I mean, you can do that with loot filters as well, just FYI.
Yes. I just realized that. Playing this game 5 years, by the way.
Happy to help, bro. Happy to help. There we go. We got DeadandDoom picking up the second glyph. I think he's still got the third one to go. No, he's got all three. He's just going to be looking for that exit. Perfect read on the exit.
He's
Goes straight
fast.
there.
He is fast.
Very fast. A few extra champ packs for Nugi, though.
Yep, that was nice.
The good champ packs and the XP gain at this point is actually rather important and can help a lot with determining how smooth a lot of the more dangerous later sections are. So there's a little advantage. This is much more of a marathon, this race, much less of a sprint than the last one was. You can't really just kind of YOLO it through Act 3. Act 4 and Act 5 needs some work and preparation. So we've got
a lot more spoopy moments. One thing that I've noticed is that when I go through the portal, the Terminator portal into Act 5, the mobs start doing considerably more damage.
It is definitely a massive ramp up. You know, that new act, a lot of new mechanics as well, that's the other thing. A lot of actually, you know, much more dangerous mechanics than what we're used to. Not just zombies slowly pouring at you. You've got a lot of crazy things going on. Things flying everywhere. Lots of elemental damage as well.
And we got everyone in the submerged passes. Nugi bringing up the rear here. Well, actually, no. The Chinese player is just getting to submerge. Actually, he is bringing up the rear. Nugi is in last place, but as we saw last time, Nugi was the first to enter the piety. Or no, he was third to enter the piety zone, so he could catch up a little bit.
This is excellent to see. GTR, yeah, definitely actually quite a bit ahead of Nugi there. Getting into submerged passive a fair way before him. Got Gucci getting stuck on some crabs there, but he does find the stairs upwards, and Rise just leaving now. DeadandDoom taking the opportunity and ledge to hit a few of those bigger skeleton packs. That's what we want to see.
Yep. And as we can see from all of our boys over here, the EU boys, if you notice on their mini-map, they have the terrain shown. It's not just the lines of the traversable area. They have the terrain, the walls, the little doorways in. Whereas the Chinese player, my dad, he does not have any terrain shown. All he has is the outlines, and that's how I like to play too.
So there's pros and cons for that, because the not showing the terrain, much less occlusion going on, you're able to see things a lot easier. But on the flip side, some of the doors only show up if you have terrain, so that can throw off a little bit. Sometimes you can miss a door or something because of it's not highlighted if you're just going for the just the outlines.
Yeah, it will be. I don't think it adds like too much, but just something interesting to note. It looks like I like the clean look to it. I like the efficiency there when I'm mapping, but in a racing scenario, it could help out a little bit. And it looks like now everyone's in ledge, except for the Chinese players, so pretty close race here. Obviously, DeadandDoom a little bit ahead, but no one... Oh, Raze QT looking pretty quick as well.
D&D actually having a few little rough kind of touches in amongst these cannibals. The cannibals can be a little bit fast and unexpected at times, and getting surrounded, taking a bunch of hits, getting stunned, all that stuff can be a little awkward. Strucking on those ES gloves to help with that, though. Got GTR just sprinting with that Quicksilver through ledge.
Oh yeah, that's quick. And then DeadandDoom first to enter the climb here. Nothing too scary. There's a little Green Goblin skeleton guy and the Navali goat, but he's probably going to skip both those things and go straight into the lower prison. Yeah,
I do want to remind people that there's the potential here that the GTR stream is a little bit delayed as well. So we don't know. We don't ever know exactly how close these guys are. You know, things might not be quite as they appear. We just kind of get the best idea we can possibly.
Yeah, it does take a little bit to load the DouYu stream, so just that. But there is 4 people on the ledge right now, if we can believe what we see on the screen. So.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna take this opportunity now while these guys are running through. Keep an eye out for me. See if anything crazy is happening. Unfortunately,
Sure.
I can't check out GTR's gear, but I wanna have a bit of a look here just to see how we're doing gear wise. Do we have any move speed boots going on? Pretty standard affair for Gucci. Nothing too fancy. Just white gear, which is not too unexpected at this point in a race. You can do fine on white gear, but that weapon from DeadandDoom is insane. He's going to be rocking that for a while. 40 IPD attack speed, crit chance, and cold res. Very nice stuff. No move speed boots or anything else though, just that really nice weapon. But that is a big deal as it is. We got nothing really going on, just a second iron ring for Nugian. Nothing else though. No other gear whatsoever. And finally, Rise QT. I thought someone picked up move speed boots, but apparently not. I don't see any move speed boots going on in here, and everyone else is just rocking the white gear according to this. So just the only gear advantage right now is just that weapon from Gucci. Sorry, from DeadandDoom. But he'll, he's going to make full use of that. That's the sort of thing that it can cut, the kill time off a pack, by 1 or 2 swings. So, big deal. And if you start, one-shotting things, then that becomes a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, right now, DeadandDoom way ahead, probably because of that weapon. Race QT coming up second. Nugi has just entered the lower prison, and then Gucci has just hit the waypoint as well. See if he goes to town. Yeah, he will. Chinese player on my screen is still on the climb.
Kind of a big deal, but Rise actually just got a second Quicksilver. Later on, that won't play a big role, because the Leap Slam still becomes the best way to go, but right now, though, that's going to be a big deal. Being able to alternate between those 2 Quicksilvers is going to speed things up a lot until they start to get a bit more attack speed, so that's a pretty nice little advantage there. Rise, number 1 speedy boy. DeadandDoom going for a exploding lockbox there.
Ooh.
Some sketchy moves.
XPs.
Yeah, just getting those extra
more for the magic pack. Yep,
hitting level 8 at the exact same time as Rise. So they're neck and neck in terms of XP. In fact, everyone hit level 8 at the exact same moment. You can actually see on screen all of their pop-ups for that at the exact same moment.
The Chinese player has gone back to the submerged passage for the skill point. He's going into the flooded depths. Okay, interesting strategy here, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him.
That is indeed a very unusual strategy. In some of the longer durations, some of the quick and easy bonus skill points can be worth getting, but with such a detour as the Granddaddy Crab, the Granddaddy Crab is too much of a detour. But again, what were we talking about? What were we talking about though? Slow and steady, safe.
Slow and steady.
If he's anticipating the other guys are all going to be racing amongst each other and just not even thinking about GTR, maybe like they're not. He doesn't even enter their mind. But he's playing that to his advantage, perhaps. Perhaps he's thinking, I'm just going to not even fly, I'm going to fly under the radar. And then when the other guys die, trying to compete with each other, then, he swoops in, takes some money.
This guy, he's playing 4D underwater backgammon right now. I think what he's going for is he's thinking, extra skill point might be, 4 or 5% extra life, right? That might save me a death here and there, and, if the other players die, then I still get my prize money. Another thing I might see him do is I'm hoping that I see him pick up silver coins. Maybe he'll get a tabula from the Evangelist in, what is it, Act 3? And, we might see some crazy RNG. Maybe that's what he's banking on.
You're blowing my mind right now. I don't even know how to play on land-based backgammon, let alone 4D underwater backgammon, so...
Yeah. These are Chinese strats. You guys are all the NA people and the EU people are seeing it firsthand. Super glowy brain Chinese strats coming out, and I hope my dad pulls it off.
Okay, we're gonna zoom in for Gucci's kills now. Rise and DeadandDoom making through with no problem whatsoever. Let's have a look at Gucci's Brutus kill here. Feasibly, GTR's Brutus kill is going to be a little bit delayed because of that detour, but it's going to be a nice, safe Brutus kill. There's no risk going into that with that extra, that extra health mode, so he's going to be fine. We've got the chest being equipped for Gucci. He's fully set up. He's got 2 medium flasks, no large, but 2 medium is fine. Gets that totem going. He's got that Molten Strike going. Takes some big hits. Ooh, gets another little punch as he's trying to escape there on top of the spikes.
DeadandDoom going very low there.
Ooh, nasty combo.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's like 2 groupings here. We got Raze and DeadandDoom pretty close together, and then Gucci and Nugi. And now it looks like we're going to have a Brutus fight from Nugian. Puts down the totem. Doing a lot of damage there. Oh, he goes so low, down to like 20%. Gets hit with the spike trap, but he is fine. That was a Monka-esque moment right there.
Very close. You just can't. You just don't want to die to Brutus. I feel like these guys are really pushing it to the line, which is so scary with a death being a guaranteed, you know, out of the top 3 placing. So that is very scary to see. We got, it looks like Upper Prison being navigated by GTR now, so he'll be closing on Brutus pretty soon. And let's just check in with the other guys and see how they're going.
Yep, got some ship graveyard action. You know, it's going to be interesting if we see, you know, skill point round 2, Electric Boogaloo from Dad. You know, he's going to go kill Fairgreaves maybe for that extra skill point. You know, like I said, extra 5% health here and there could be pretty good.
I like sincerely hope that this strategy pays off. I hope that we see some deaths and he comes in top 3 with this slow and steady, real considered reserved playstyle. I want to see that win just once, you know, just once.
Race Q looking for some gems. DeadandDoom already going into the Cavern of Wrath, so he is once again in first place, but nothing unexpected there.
Noogi's really taking his time, clearing up all the champ packs he can find, trying to get as much XP as he can. And I think he's playing a little bit safer as well from the looks of things. He's got that kind of
that chest
real
piece.
Chill focused. Yeah, he looks, he might, I don't know if he has that node yet. He might actually have that node at this point.
The Art of the Gladiator, right? No movement speed penalties from armor.
That's the one. Alright, looks like we got Merveil's Caverns for Rise and DeadandDoom very close once again, just like last race. In these early stages, staying neck and neck. Noogie taking his time, still in the climb. Even the other place, it's like the climb. Zone
People can see very clearly with the comparison. Look at DeadandDoom's Leap Slam compared to Raze QT's Leap Slam. It's just night and day.
Ooh, the shortcut from DeadandDoom. Holy moly, that was a juicy shortcut. Do we have Brutus? We have Brutus being cleared by GTR right now. Tanking the last slam. Ballsy play, but he had plenty of HP. Goes down. Doesn't even blink.
Play.
Does not even sweat at taking that slam. What a legend. So GTR moves on safely past Brutus. Continuing to really just take his time and plot along. And, you know, he's not going to be... I don't think he's going to be dying here. I think he's going to be taking time, gearing up, getting those extra passives. And staying alive.
Just taking it slow, maybe reading a piece of lore, right? Hearing the voice acting.
I mean, what do you do when you know the other guys are faster than you, based on the last race? You gotta think about, you gotta come up with something. You gotta outthink them, right? You gotta come up with a strategy, and then you gotta play it. And honestly, if I was up against these guys, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be taking my time and staying alive, and you know, just crossing my fingers and hoping for that death. Maybe sending them some flashbangs in chat if they haven't enabled D&D. Couple toucans, really just playing for that. Rise taking down Merveil first, very quickly, first form, nailing it. I'm going to stay on the split screen here, just so we can see both of these and any unexpected deaths. But first form just about to go down for D&D. Second form already halfway down for Rise. Rise again, the same as last race, actually ahead of DeadandDoom by a little bit. See if he can hold that position this time. Last time, I think the gear really let him down, and he made a few zone read mistakes. See how it goes this time.
Yeah, I mean, like, early game Rise QT is quite the spectacle to watch. You know, he is a literal racing god. But as the hours wear on, you know, the fatigue sets in. You need endurance. You know, you gotta hit the gym. You gotta get some cardio in. And it's not all just like a mental game. You know, it's a physical game too. You know, people think that playing PoE, you know, doesn't burn many calories, but just look at Rise right now.
There's at least several calories being burned in this race already, and you know, it also, you know, it could come down to that hand and wrist strength. Maybe some of these guys have been doing those hand exercises, stretching out. Don't want any cramps midway through the race.
Yeah, I'm loving how close this is between Rise and DND. Let's see if he can keep up that momentum. He just got toucan. Big toucan in the chat for Raze QT. Let's see if he goes with a /DND to avoid that in the future.
Did I not call that?
That was big.
That could be GTR sending that through, you know. Maybe he's got that side account set up on a second monitor, sending those toucans through. He's got that on, on macro script.
Let's see if it's just Rise QT. Maybe some of the other guys already have D&D on. Maybe they get hit with some toucans. That'd be pretty funny.
It is essential that you don't forget that D&D, but the thing is, there's many times in these races where you log out to save time or a portal scroll, and each time you have to re-enable D&D, and that can be easy to forget. So just keep in mind that at any point, anyone could send them a toucan after they log out and log back in, and there's very little they can do against that unless they're really on the ball.
Phase 2, Phase 2, Mervale coming for Gucci. Phase 1 for Nugi here. So still pretty close.
Nothing to say, these guys taking through Mervale very easy. They're super confident of this right now. They got all the gear that they need. Not too hard to get prepared for Mervale. Getting a little low, though.
Toucan comes out for Gucci.
Gucci getting a little distracted while looting and almost dying. To what? I don't actually know. I don't know what was killing
him. Scrolling up in the chat window.
Just checking out a few things and getting a little distracted. We've hopefully learned from the last race that we don't want to be stopping and getting distracted by something, because martyrs could come over and explode. Gotta watch out for that.
Yep, Chinese player making his way to Mervale now, so a little bit behind, but it's not all lost. He's got 192 HP. That's big HP. He's got every slot is equipped. Well, missing one ring, missing an amulet, but doing pretty well.
Rise QT getting flashbanged there. That is just poor show, guys. Poor sportsmanship. Toucan is one thing, but the flashbang is something else. Rise realizing, sighing. I saw a real blink of consternation there. I could tell the emotion from that blink as he hits that D&D. He's not going to forget that again.
The flashbang is just so funny. Like, this is the bars, the white. It is so distracting.
How is that even able to be done? I don't even know. I don't even know how that's a thing, but there you go.
So the only person that's unaffected is Nugi. Maybe he's got the love of the people. No flashbangs coming in from him.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Despite all of this, Rise still in the lead. Leaping like an absolute god. Hitting level 13 mid-air. That was amazing. Straight to the stairs, but he sees an axe. He sees that boarding axe and he's like, I gotta get that. So he actually goes back for it, grabs the blue boarding axe. Looks like it was a nice upgrade, and chucks it on. But
this is nice. I hope he's able to keep up. DeadandDoom is a little bit behind. He's found the waypoint. He knows where to go.
He's got that small lead. I hope he can keep it.
Toucan comes out for Nugi.
Also getting a Toucan. I think, honestly, that's a sign of good luck. That's fine. Rise got a bunch of that, and he's in the lead, so, I believe, what do they say? About causation and... what's the name?
Cause and correlation.
Yeah, correlation and causation, right? That they always are linked. That's what they say. So,
Got Nugi not leveling his gems. Maybe he's a little distracted by that toucan that popped up on the left side of the screen.
He's got a bunch of gems that he can hit all at the same time. Maybe he just wants to wait till that last gem pops, level them all at the same time so that you get that real bright, multicolored flash of light.
Oh, yeah.
Rise taking down Fidelitas or Fidelitas, whichever you prefer. Not a single problem, not even sweating. Actually, the lead slightly extending the lead on DeadandDoom there. DeadandDoom only just starting the fight. See if he takes any big lightning strikes.
Seconds.
Perfect dodge.
Big damages from that rare weapon still,
dude,
but
not a point of damage taken.
Like jumping towards the Western Forest.
He is still rocking that spike. I told you that weapon was insane, and he'll be wanting to replace that pretty soon, though. It is probably getting to the point now where white weapons will start to catch up in terms of damage. It looks like he's actually swapped to a new weapon now. He's got an axe now.
In other news, on the Chinese servers, we got him in the Southern Forest now, taking his sweet time, killing a rare monkey here and there, trying to get some juicy pack size, killing some blues, and he'll be in the forest encampment pretty soon.
Dude, raking in the XP from those blue monkeys. That's the way to go. Went through Mervale. Doesn't look like he's worried at all. Super calm. Good to see. He's just real taking his time, but looks like he's playing pretty consistently.
Yep, still not out of the race yet, as long as they're still in the same act, okay? Let's keep it positive here. It is
absolutely anyone's race at this point. I think, the positions have little bearing at this point, because there's so many times on the course of getting to Kitava and actually fighting Kitava where these guys can die. I think it's going to come down to the deaths. I honestly do.
The old story about the tortoise and the rabbit, where if you just take your time, sometimes you'll win the race.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. Beautiful. There we go. We got some support from chat. Slow and steady wins the race. Game can't kill me at this pace. Beautiful. We've got some real GTR supporters in chat. That is what I want to see. Get some GTR love in chat. Very nice, guys. Good to see. That's what I want to see. Some
Everyone likes
love
an
and
underdog.
sportsmanship, cheering on the underdog. That is it. I'm excited. I'm cheering for GTR. I want his strategy to work out. You know, I think he deserves a top 3 placement if he can continue with that safe and steady approach.
You know, he's kind of like the Shanghai Dragons of the Overwatch League. You know, they never won a game, but he still has the best-selling jersey. So I'm rooting for him for sure. Raise QT a close second. It's actually, we got Nugi coming up on the Fidelitas kill here, and Gucci will take it down in just any second now. So yeah, I mean, he can still win. GTR can still win. Obviously got to cheer on my family members. You know, I wouldn't be a very good son if I wasn't doing that. But this is going to be a big race to watch.
I'm actually surprised how far these guys have fallen behind there, that they only just took down Fidelitas. Rise and DeadandDoom just like still neck and neck. Like Rise still just having that slight lead in the exact same zone at all times, but just that slight lead. He just hit Weaver himself. Looks like it's going to be no problems taking
a lot of damage there.
I didn't see any damage. What are you talking about?
From Rise?
I missed the first
doing the damage to the
doing the damage, right? I got you.
Look at that.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
Big damage.
There
So probably won't go up in the ceiling anymore, and he gets a spike. Nice. Just extending that lead.
DeadandDoom coming into Weaver now as well. Probably going to skip these rares.
Put on the Herald of Ash now.
Looking for some gear, maybe. No
Yeah,
gear
you
drops.
can equip the Herald of Ash right now. That'll be some big damage coming out.
A little bit of a boost in clear speed too, maybe.
Ooh,
Clear up a few of those
damage
monkeys.
is big.
That was a it's
So
faster wave
has, yeah, it was DeadandDoom's damage is noticeably better than Rise's right now.
Taking the opportunity while Weaver's in the air to sort out his gear as well. That's what you want to be doing at all times. Instant logout on kill. After picking up the spike, important to know, many times have I logged out before picking up the spike. Rolls another
That'd be
IPD
a big
roll.
mistake.
He's got his weapons just lined up, like, just one after the other. Perfect. Dominoes.
Yep,
He's got his next axe
stash.
lined up, ready to equip. As soon as he hits the level for it, and I think he just rolled like 50-something IPD on it. Like, just crushing the gear. Perfect expenditure of currency and just nailing every roll.
Yeah, Raise QT's leaps and looking a little bit slow here. I mean, you can see the comparison once again. Top left and top and bottom left of the screen. D&D's just like attack speed is just so much better.
I don't know what that is. We might have to have a little browse of the gear at some point. But at this point, though, Rise still keeping that lead. They're doing the exact same thing, same zone. Rise just slightly ahead. But it's a tenuous lead. It's a tenuous lead at this point.
Not that scary. This should be pretty quick. Nugi going for the Weaver pretty soon, and same with Gucci. So Nugi and Gucci are like basically at the exact same point. So the third place race as of right now for that $800 reduce is between those two.
Too early to call yet, though, man. Absolutely.
It really is. It really is. You know, some deaths are going to come out. Like I said, I predict two deaths. Obviously, well, one of them is going to be the Chinese guy. Other one, who do you think is going to be among our boys?
I'm hoping we see like one mid-race death, and then we have the top 4, because that keeps the pressure on, right until the end. And then I want to see like 4 deaths right at the end. I want everyone to go. I want everyone to go. I'm hoping
how'd that even
someone
work?
on Innocence. I guess whoever makes it the furthest.
Everyone just dies. I guess they'll look at the HP taken from Kitava, maybe.
Maybe. I'm hoping some death in the middle, then a death to Innocence, and then 3 deaths on Kitava. I want to see everyone get punched by Kitava and go down. That would just be the perfect end to this day of racing.
Yeah,
I would be stoked.
Great. Once again, big MTX on Gucci's character. He's killing the Weaver. It looks like he's killing Weaver now. Damage is very small. Very small damage coming out compared to the other 2 guys. But hey, at least he's still
that.
At least it's not last place, right?
That's true. Everyone's still alive at the moment, though.
And for anyone running in chat, this is a hardcore race. So if you die, that's pretty much it.
It's actually like an extra hardcore race. Normally in a hardcore race, you can re-roll, and often players will, even dying, like, you know, in a race like this, 20 minutes in, dying and re-rolling, because you can still get a placing if you do that. But this is a one-time only hardcore death, no re-rolls allowed, or so it has been said, which is extra brutal, Because we did see a death on Hailrake in the last race, and the player was not able to reroll. Which is definitely normally an instant reroll.
And look at this, Raze QT extending the lead. The Polish rat, he's really showing off his racing pedigree. You know, in his profile, he said he has, you know, hundreds of thousands of demis, and it's really shown here.
Hundreds of thousands. Oh my god. He's definitely solidified that lead, actually, there. He was only slightly ahead for ages, but he's actually... Ooh, actually not. It's still only slightly ahead. Actually, looked like he was pretty far ahead, but DeadandDoom just goes into the zone as well, and Rise hasn't made too much progress in the zone. The zone read in Val Ruins can be everything, though. It can screw with you once on occasion.
And quick update from the Chinese stream. Looks like he went the wrong way at the waypoint in Western Forest, so he's correcting that mistake, going up north, trying to find some Weavers action.
Yeah, gotta look for that broken path or the webbed trees. Those are the signifiers in that zone. And just one of those little things. That's kind of like one of the first kind of zone readouts you need to learn. You know, there's the carts in Act 3 for piety. There's the broken paths. There's a few instances of those. You got to keep an eye out for those guys.
I mean, I guess you know, it happens to the best of us. You know, I've done it before. Interesting thing will be see when he gets to piety, or I guess I should say, if he gets to piety, if he goes single cart or double cart. You know, I've been a double cart boy plenty of times. Playing the game 5 years, by the way.
Yeah, you can't do that, dude. You can't fall for the double cart at this point. It's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
And now we got, let's see.
I understand. We are human. We are fallible. Maybe going for the oak kill. Not worried about taking the extra time for oak. Doesn't want to go back to town. Well, it does have to go back to town actually to turn in that amulet.
Got Northern Forest from Raze, so Raze very clearly ahead here, leap slamming his way through, skipping most of the mobs. DeadandDoom actually clearing a little bit of this Fall Ruins. I mean, the density is kind of nice there, so, you know, hitting packs of like, you know, 3 or 4. Noogie, he's just jumping through. His leap slam's looking okay as well, hits the waypoint. Yep, Gucci's same thing there. Chinese player, you know, he really hates the monsters. He's killing every monster he comes across. You know, this is a full clear, less than 50 monsters remaining run, but hey, that extra XP might add up when it matters.
I think DeadandDoom might not be too worried about taking a little bit of extra time there. I think at this point, gathering that little XP is not a bad call, and I do see him, you know, killing a bit more than he has in the past. So I think he's going for that XP, trying to get ready. Then you can power through some of the more difficult stuff, because killing some of these mobs that go down quick and then like skipping through the zones that have, you know, statues and all that stuff that takes forever to kill is probably the way to go. Nonetheless, right? Still maintaining that lead.
The strong box there.
Not going for the open, just getting the extra mobs.
DeadandDoom being pretty ballsy, opening the rare strong box. You know, so at this point it's kind of hard to have a freeze flask, right? So you get unlucky, you could have just died.
Yeah, like the mobs are slow enough early on, but it is still a risk. Sometimes you can just stand there and kind of just take the freeze and just hope a bit. And it works out like 90% of the time, but occasionally, especially if there's like an explode on the box as well, do have to watch out for that one. But you will see mostly YOLO boxes from these experienced players, because as long as you're prepared for that possibility of the freeze, then at worst you're going to log out, though that obviously can cost you some time, especially if you like DeadandDoom and you're skipping waypoints left, right, and center.
I mean,
more toucans from Rise.
Yeah, if there's any one of these racers that is scared of boxes, it's going to be that boy in the top right corner of your screen, Noogie. And he might have died to boxes once or twice in his life. You know, he's learned a hard lesson, and I think we'll see him skipping most of the boxes he comes across.
You want to be hitting those though, that extra XP. And, you know, maybe the occasional drops if the packs are nicely, tightly clustered and you can get that extra loot. So, it's it'll cost you to do so. You got to take advantage of those things, those shrines and those boxes that spawn.
I mean, yeah, you get a lucky currency drop here and there. It might be pretty nice. Looks like Raze QT is... Yeah, he's still in the lead. Gucci and Noogie still neck and neck there. Nothing to say. Noogie with the extra skill point, not even going for the skill point.
Not just sitting on it, just banking it for later, waiting for that investment interest to accrue on that skill point, maybe getting an extra skill point.
Skill gems all ready to level as well.
Ooh, at the same
and
time.
Characters leveled.
I told you he was going for that.
That is nice.
All those skill levels at the same time. Rise doing that first ancient pyramid where the layout is not kind of set in stone, but from that point onwards they're all diagonal from each other. So had a little bit of an issue with the zone read there, but there's not much you can do on that first one. That can sometimes happen. This one though, he knows where he needs to go, so he's got a straight run through to Val. And if he's lucky, a nice fast Val kill, because he might lose that slight lead he has right now on a teleporting Val.
Yep, and then quick update on Chinese player. He was kind of debating if he wanted to kill Oak. He was like, should I do it? Should I not? Then he remembers that it's part of the question and you have to do it, so he decides to kill Oak, making his way, trying to find the, making his way downtown, faces past, walking fast, and he's homebound. He finds a waypoint, finds Val Ruins.
Rises first into Val, using the time wisely, trying to roll a Quicksilver of Adrenaline there. Surprising use of currency, given the predilection for leap slamming that these guys are showing. But nonetheless, seeing what he can do, he's not really... He's checking the roll ranges on the 2-stone ring. Rolls the 2-stone ring. He actually gets a pretty good 2-stone ring there. Fair bit of damage.
Yeah, we got a big Vol kill coming out from Raze. So his Vol spawns first, taking him down to like 80%.
His damage is looking good.
Yep, that juicy Sunder.
That's pretty reasonable damage right there. Let's see if we get Val getting locked in ices or if he goes straight back down. Goes for the slam. There's a chance he could go underground here. Second slam, not too bad. A little bit of time lost on dodging.
DeadandDoom.
And the ad spawn. He's not going to get the kill.
Oof,
it's going to teleport.
That was so close. That was so close right there.
That's unlucky. That'll cost him another 10 seconds.
DeadandDoom taking a couple laser beams, but not too much damage. And he will be second to kill Vol.
DeadandDoom gets it. Looks like a bit of a faster kill, and that puts him pretty close to Rise, actually. If he doesn't spend too much time in town, he's going to be back equal with Rise. Ooh, I like this close race. Ooh, that's good.
And I think it was about this time that DeadandDoom pulled away from Rise, so it's nice to see that Rise is still maintaining lead. He gets a quick level. You know, one thing have you ever forgotten to talk to Clarissa when you save her?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's brutal, right? But as you can see, these guys are seasoned professionals, and he goes right for that click on Clarissa, and he goes into town.
You gotta click that Clarissa. Can't forget that. Yeah, they're closing the gap a little bit from that Val kill, but still slightly behind. Yeah, you know, what do we say? DeadandDoom is seen as the fastest Path of Exile player, and by all accounts he is. But Rise, faster. Let's see.
I mean, it's a long race, It is. And Piety, well, maybe we'll see the nerves, right? DeadandDoom, once he gets to Piety, he'll be a little bit more cautious on his ice portals, probably. And he eats an Ice Nova. Thankfully, at this level, Ice Nova doesn't do too much damage.
Yeah, it gets really scary later on, but the low level's not too big a deal. More that slow that's annoying from the iced ground that it leaves.
Pretty good. And yeah, Nugi just going through the pyramid. Same Gucci killing some blue packs. So right now it's kind of a lull. You know, everyone knows Crematorium is kind of annoying, but the big stuff is coming up. You know, we are in the act with Piety. And a quick update on the Chinese player. He's in the Creighton area. He's deciding, was there 3 bandits or was there 2? I think it is 3. I think I'll follow the road and try to find Creighton. Leap slamming his way. He's got the Herald of Ash on, so a little bit extra damage there. And I'm wishing him the best.
DeadandDoom continuing his insane gear RNG with the falling boots as well. Not the right colors, but easily recolorable to a falling Sunder setup, and that'll make a difference. So he's not taking advantage of that yet, but he could later on.
Ooh, DeadandDoom's Leap Slam looking so juicy, so quick.
He's getting lots of drops, man. I'm just saying, currency just dropping for him, and he's using it all, like, fully, you know, making sure it's easy to get that currency, but if you're not actually using it actively and on the right basis, doing the right things with it, then you're not really taking advantage of that luck. But it looks like he's got an Alk chilling there, ready to... He's probably saving that for a weapon at this point. But he's got plenty of other bits of currency going on as well that he's been using actively. Rise taking out Piety, still that good bit of a lead on DeadandDoom. DeadandDoom didn't catch up after Val like I expected. The Val kill going down for Nugi now. It's like Val's going for the teleport.
Very nice.
I think that was the first teleport. Let's see how he goes with the rest of the kill. Yeah, that was. 1 slam. We got 2 slams. I think he's gonna go ads and teleport. Let's see. Yep, ads and teleport. Ooh, can he get the kill? It's gonna be close.
Dang, nope.
No. Costing him another 10 or
kills
so
Heidi
seconds.
in crematorium, gets the jewel, and is going back to Clarissa. Rise QT heading towards the sewers, and Gucci's still trying to make his way over to Vol over Soul.
Val tries to go into another teleport for Noogie, but Noogie says no, gives him a couple taps and finishes him off. Last Gucci, still got a little ways to go before Val. He's fallen behind here a bit. Once we have a bit of a lull in the boss kills and progression, maybe I'll do a little bit of a gear check.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Raise QT's leap time looking a little bit faster. You know, he's killing the blue plaques really fast. You know, not going for those statue pickups. You know, one skill point here and there is kind of unreliable when you got to find all 3 of the busts.
Yeah, that's one of those things, like, that's one of those passives you can go for in a race like this, especially a bit of a longer one, and I have seen some of the guys do that in practice. But what happens is you get the first 2, and then you've invested that time, and then the third one ends up being, you know, you end up finding the exit first, and then it's like, do I go for the third one? Do I waste that extra time? And it's questionable as to whether it's worth it. One passive is nice, but, you know, is it worth 20, 30 seconds? Difficult to say. Often it feels like it's not. All right, I think this is a pretty good point for us to do a little bit of gear comparison, so I'm going to check these guys out. You keep an eye on it. Let me know if anything crazy happens, man.
For sure. This guy Gucci doing Vol over Soul.
So Rise QT's got a nice boarding axe. Boarding axe falling behind a little bit soon, though. 46 IPD, though, will last a while. There's that ring that he alked earlier. We saw that. 2 nice damage rolls, pretty good stuff. A little bit of stats for requirements, intelligence. Lets you equip those heralds easily. He's got that 3 link set up on Sunder. Pretty nice stuff. Nothing else too fancy. A lot of that stuff still isn't rolled, and the belt has nothing on it. But doing okay. I would say, like, that's a pretty reasonable level of gear, but nothing mind-blowing. Just a nice ring. Nugian, holy, that weapon. He's got an excellent stone hammer. A low base, but that roll is excellent, so that'll last for a little while. 2 iron rings. He's got a very nice pair of gloves as well with a double damage roll. Another one of those slots you're looking for a lot of damage. He's got a few rares rocking. Nothing else too fancy, but nice weapon. Let's have a look at DeadandDoom. DeadandDoom's, I've been calling his RNG looking insane. Let's see how it's actually going. He's got a nice cleaver right there. He's going to want to replace that soon, though. He's got some rare boots with nothing else on them. It looks like he's actually, the rest of his gear is not doing that well. He had some nice drops with weapons earlier on, but it looks like now that's started to taper off. He does have a bit of currency he can expend, though, so we'll see if he takes advantage of that. And Gucci Pradas, everyone's rocking the damage weapons. Unlike last race, where some of them were falling behind in terms of damage, everyone has a nice damage roll weapon at this point, so that is good to see. The rest of the gear for Gucci is really falling behind, though. He's going to have to pay attention to that. He has no resist. He has no resist at all. One roll of lightning res, and that's it. So moving into Act 3, you want to be careful about that, because it actually starts to matter now.
Noogie had no resist, I think, during the last potty fight, or so I heard, so it should be okay. I mean, none of them really came close to dying.
Yeah, that other thing I didn't mention then, but we did talk about earlier, was that 4 link boots from DeadandDoom, which is a big deal. So he's going to be keeping those. Doesn't matter that they don't have the move speed. They have life and a resist, which is really nice, and the 4 link, which is going to be just huge for the damage later on. So he'll keep that for the rest of the game, most likely.
I'm really impressed with Ray's QT right now. He is in the Solaris Temple, just 1 zone ahead of DeadandDoom. DeadandDoom's entering it right now, so this is going to be pretty close. I mean, Heidi should be coming up soon. Noogie is in the crematorium. Gucci a little bit behind here. Is he still in City of Sarn? Yeah, he's still in City of Sarn, so he's a couple zones behind. Yeah,
both Noogie and Gucci have been kind of duking it out a bit, but it looks like Noogie's pulled ahead now, taking down Heidi very quickly. But, God, I'm so thrilled to see how close Rise and DeadandDoom. This is awesome. Rise really,
this is great.
I think, like, really making a name for himself here. Like, he's well known as, like, a, you know, top tier solo self-found player, and he's done plenty of racing. He's well respected in that right, but this is, like, such a strong showing, I think.
I think the first place finish in the prelims really gave him a boost to his confidence.
Yeah, he's feeling good, I think, and he's rolling with that confidence. You know, sometimes that confidence can undermine you a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be the case here.
Yeah, showing he's a literal god right now at racing, hitting the waypoint, and then he's going to go back to the battlefront. And DeadandDoom not too far behind. And yeah, this is going to be exciting to watch. Quick update, I know people are wondering. Over to the Chinese servers, we got a little northern forest action. He just finished it, and now he is going through the caverns. You know, not too much to see. Got some Wait a minute. He, I don't know if anybody saw that skill tree, but he took a little stat node to the left of Duelist. Question marks? Don't know what to say about that. We're going for a full circle closed loop skill tree, it looks like.
You'll have to keep me updated because the stream is not loading for me.
It is truly some glowy brain things. The the strength node. Basically, you remember when Lyric played this game and his first few skill points he put into stat points? That's basically what's happening here. So my brain is not universally glowy enough to understand, but there might be some crazy strats coming out later.
Dude, I'm still calling a top 3 for him though. I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna live. I think we're gonna see some deaths.
All we need is a couple deaths.
All right, we're moving through docks at a rapid rate of knots here. Did Rise is still? He's taken one wrong turn, but there's not much you can do about that. It's gonna happen. You got to check those wings. Try and find the quest item. He's getting those blues at least. There's a guaranteed blue pack at the end of every one of these little like piers here. Looks like was he actually getting some XP or is he restarting the zone? I think he's actually going back to the waypoint.
He's got it.
No, he got it. Okay, he must have been
just
doing some killing then. Yeah, just doing some XP
juicy rare there. And DeadandDoom, you know, the docks for me at least, as a pretty casual player, is always a nightmare. You know, the talc is always in the last place I look.
It's always the last wing. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Rise hitting that, going through to the barracks, the other side of Act 3. He's straight. He's going straight for piety now. He's going to be gunning straight there. DeadandDoom actually falling even further behind, I think. Still close though.
Yeah, he's picking up his rare. He's picking up his rare amulet, so about 30 seconds behind Raze. Not too big a deal, especially if there's some, you know, some prep and like taking the time with piety. So we'll see what happens here.
Looked like he got a few rare drops recently here, and it looked like that amulet was an upgrade as well. Grabbed it for the int, and it rolled with a couple of stats that were useful. Rise checking a few weapons to see if he's getting some upgrades. Doing a little bit of crafting. I think he landed something there. Looked like he augmented for a prefix and might have landed some IPD. Not equipable yet. We'll have to wait and see if that ends up being a very nice one.
Yep, we'll see Raze going for the... He's going for the Crevices kill here.
Here's the thing, right? Rise is pushing so hard, and I think he's really like trying to maintain that lead, and he's keeping up like a ridiculous pace. But he's been taking a lot of damage, and at this point onwards, things get scary. You know, he's gonna have that piety fight. He's gonna have some of the mobs and Lunaris, and then in Act 4 and Act 5, there's a lot of stuff in there that can take you down. So if he's gonna keep up this pace, then there's gonna be scary times ahead.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nice one. We're gonna enter the Lunaris pretty soon for both DeadandDoom and Raze QT. Solaris Temple for Nugi, and then just getting to the waypoint of the sewers for Gucci. So Gucci, pretty solid 4th. He gets 2 canned, so everyone praise in chat. Quick update from the Chinese servers. He is almost on his way to Vault Oversoul. So, yep. Let's go back to Raze and DeadandDoom.
At this point, definitely falling further and further behind, but, you know, as I said, anyone that dies at this point is out of that top 3. Like, we'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. I'm just hoping he keeps alive, man. I just want him to stay alive.
Yeah.
Alright, we got some... Yeah, that leap slam from... he's running that Blood Rage and getting those frenzy charges and going so fast. Rise QT doing the same thing. These guys both know the plan. They know everything you need to be doing with this setup. It's a Sunder Leap Slam, a very well-tested racing setup at this point. There hasn't been any too major changes. There was a few things that came in recently, like Ancestral Call and stuff, and people were thinking maybe this will shake up the unrestricted racing meta. But it seems like this is still the way to go. And, you know, maybe over time some small changes have been adapted, but this has been dominant for a while. So all of these guys have had a lot of practice with Sunder Racing. Though Rise was mentioning in his practice earlier that he actually hasn't had too much experience with this form of racing in a while. So despite that, though, his practice and his work today is doing very nicely.
Someone in chat just said, actually, yeah, it looks like DeadandDoom just slightly overtook Raze QT entering the Lunaris 2 before Raze.
Wow, yeah. I didn't even see when that happened. Just must have gotten a nice read through Lunaris 1 there.
Look at that. He goes up the stairs. You know, carts will be coming up soon. And we'll see if he can, you know, not have a repeat of last time.
Is this it, do you think? Is this the part where DeadandDoom overtakes and then just Rise is not able to catch back up? Because that's what happened last race, but it happened a lot earlier last race.
He just made it up the second set of stairs, so we'll have carts soon. And, you know, marketplace for Gucci, docks for Noogie, so nothing too much to be seen there. You know, if there is a death, though, you know, it's going to be big.
Here's the thing that happens as well is, like, most racers practice, when they practice the earliest parts of the game the most, and the later parts not very much. And that's just naturally what's going to happen. But what you'll see is like people getting less and less confident and going a bit slower and a bit slower as they progress. And that might be starting to kick in for now, you know. I know Rise only practiced up to Piety.
Yeah, there's definitely some
get a
fatigue
crash?
setting in.
He just had to go back there to the waypoint. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
what happened? Oh.
Oh, that's
Yikes,
very unfortunate.
Big. That is big for Ray's QT.
That is very unfortunate.
I mean,
he says
nice
in
game,
local chat,
nice
crash. Ouch, that is that's very rough because he just took that lead off Rise, and then Rise through no effort of his own ends up getting it back.
Yeah.
Brutal. Only lost like 30 seconds to a minute, but still, with how close they've been, that hurts.
Yeah, that is pretty rough, but you know, it happens. Anyone who's played this game for a while knows that you know, you can't expect a few crashes here and there, right? In your average playthrough. Usually it doesn't happen in leveling. Usually for me it happens at maps, right? During leveling I almost never crash, but this is unfortunate, but let's see if he can make it back, because once again, it is a Kitava race, it is not a Piety race.
Absolutely, they can absolutely make it back. Like, if this was a Piety race, you'd be like, that would be devastating right now, but in the scope of a Kitava race, that's only a small bump. Getting some nice blue packs here is taken out. Crushing. He's doing good damage. He's almost two-shotting those blue packs.
Gets a Chow's orb. Look at that. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that's a little tricky to use in a race like this, because you have to find a rare that's not good, but it's a good base, and then you're like, okay, now I can use that Chaos Orb.
Yeah. Maybe do like a piece of jewelry or something that doesn't have the stats you need. So DeadandDoom, you know, he's making his way through. Pretty good. Raise QT, taking his time. Inventory management.
He's vendor crafting that weapon for the guaranteed fizz. Gets the good base and crafts that up. He's doing all that prep before Piety. Wise move. He realizes, you know, that a lot of people died to Piety, and you know, the Piety is just a thing to overcome. So taking a bit of extra time to get ready for that.
And look at this.
That crash,
they're actually both there.
I know,
they're
right?
both in the same place. Jeez, the speed.
Exactly, neck and neck. I want to zoom in on someone, but I cannot because they're both at the exact same spot.
Here we go.
Exact same
both have their totems down.
Let's just watch
Not
and see what
any
happens,
of their
man.
sunders.
DeadandDoom slightly faster on the damage. Rise missing a few hits. Fire form versus ice form. So Rise has to sit back and play it safe.
And he gets it.
That results in the win for Gucci there. For DeadandDoom even.
Yep, DeadandDoom gets the kill. Easy game. Not even taking much damage that time. So he's feeling fresh. He's feeling rejuvenated.
And Rise makes it through safely, no problems. But yeah, a little bit unlucky on that ice versus the fire there. It was interesting to see how that played out.
Yeah, sometimes you just get the bad RNG, but once again, it is impressive that Raze has kept up. You know, he's kept up the lead for most of the time, and let's see what happens in the rest of Act 3.
It's almost like when at the moment that DeadandDoom crashed, he just got like 10% faster to compensate. He's like, I crashed and I lost time. It's fine. I'll just go 10% faster.
Yeah, he's got his game face on. He's looking good.
Looks like he's got another falling, a falling pair of gloves, which is the 4 red that he needs for his Sunder setup. So he's going to whack those on and have a real nice damage setup. Rise does not have that going on. And he's also got that backup falling boots. He's got plenty of choices to get like a proper leap slam set up and set up his totem for extra damage if he wants to for bosses, which, moving on to Kitava, you know, you want that extra damage from your totem if possible. Dude, he's just one-shotting packs now with that damage as well. Whack him on? Yes,
like
whack those boots on.
Raze QT first to be into the Imperial Gardens, and for those that don't know, the layout here got changed, right? So now it's like you gotta go top left and then like mosey your way around over there.
Yeah, when they removed one of the zones, it looks like it changed a bit, and it's just that first point before the waypoint is a bit different now. So if you're just kind of running straight to that waypoint, yeah, it might throw you off a little bit, but these guys know. These guys are practiced.
He hits the waypoint. Noogie will be coming up to Piety pretty soon. He had no problems with it last time, so don't expect anything different here. He's looking very fast.
I'm going to zoom in on Noogie for this party kill when he gets there. Keep an eye on the other guys for me. They're moving into Scepter of God. Ooh, DeadandDoom taking a lot of damage from Cool Beast. Scepter of God, scary. There's a lot of cold damage in there from the croaking Chimrels. And there's the Trappers and the Unique guy. If you accidentally run into him, is kind of scary. Fair bit of nasty stuff in here you got to watch out for, especially if your resists aren't quite up to par.
I knew he's got the most HP out of anyone when he hits Piety here. Gucci a little bit behind and with the least amount of HP.
We're going in for Noogie's Piety kill now. Keep an eye on the other guys for me, Cute, if you can.
Yep, no problem.
His damage is looking pretty good. She goes straight into 5 form, which if he's well equipped enough, he should be able to... He's not going for the DPS. No, he's taking way too much damage. So if you've got that good gear, you can just use that phase to DPS, but he had to actually evade for that one. Nonetheless, still very fast kill. While she's kind of stunned between phases, not really doing anything, he finishes her off very quickly. Not a problem.
That was nice.
Looks like we're moving on to Sewers for GTR.
Yep.
Looks like he's got that key and he's about to go into Sewers.
He's feeling good. Let's see if we get a little extra skill point action. Maybe he's going to make it a point to get 3 busts. Yep.
I mean, if you're going to grab
he loves
the
the
crab,
skill points.
You're going to grab the skill points if you're going to grab the crab, right? Surely.
He's going for it, I think. Here comes the first exclamation mark. And is he going to go for it? It's on the same loop as he's going now. Look, killing every mob in sight. And...
It's real dark in here. I can't say anything.
He's trying to click on it. He's trying to click on it, but there's monsters in the way, and he does click on it. He grabs the first bust.
Getting those champ
Big
packs at the same
pickup
time.
right there.
There you go. I mean, that's an easy passive compared to the extra work you have to put in for the Granddaddy Crab, so it makes sense. It's consistent with his strategy.
Second exclamation mark coming out. Is he going to do it? He decides to kill a couple mobs in front of the thing, looks over some white items, picks it up. Oh, there we go.
Apparently D&D crashed again. He's actually rerunning the Imperial Gardens there and has to get back into Scepter of Gods. I don't know how far he was in Scepter of Gods, but that gives Rise another lead. That's super unfortunate. You know, one crash is just bad luck. But having a couple crash, don't know if it's game issues or computer issues or what, but either way, that's got to be real frustrating.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But we saw last time,
apparently
right?
actually
he
logged
made up
out.
the distance.
Apparently not a crash. He actually logged out, so he must have got himself into a bad position and logged out.
So, a little log out macro action.
So a bit different there. In that situation, you can only really blame yourself for bad luck for getting into that bad position. So
people are saying the raised DDoS. Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't think there's any foul play going on here. Maybe a few toucans, but that's all in good fun.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any foul play going on.
He's got a nice gaming chair, so that's why he's in first place. He's getting really close to Dominoes now. Dominoes as a fight is not that scary, easy to avoid all the mechanics, so shouldn't see anything too spooky here.
And if you're lucky, a bit of that cheesy crust stuffed pizza.
Oh yeah. Oh, third exclamation point. He is going for the skill point. He gets it. He gets the third bust.
Absolutely, absolutely. Makes sense. Consistent with the strategy.
Play. And he dies. He went for the bust, and he paid for it with his life. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
look
the delay.
at that! Just got discharged.
GTR.
He got discharged on trying to go for the third bust.
No, the strategy cost him. The strategy. Oh man! I'll tell you what though.
Well,
I'll give. He takes it in good stride. I saw a good smile there. That is over. Can we get some pepper claps or something in chat for GTR?
Yeah.
Good effort, man, making it into the second round, dying in a bang right there at the end. Good on him, man.
Yeah. It feels bad, man. All right, I'm gonna take a quick second to text my dad and tell him that's okay. I still love him.
Aw. All right, we got some Dominus action for Noogie now with the crash from DeadandDoom. He's only just starting the Dominus fight. Rise doing the initial ads at the start here. Again, can't zoom in because these guys are too close together.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So we're going to have to watch both of them here in the small screens. Just in case. We don't want to miss any deaths or any shenaniganry here. A misplay, getting stunned at the right time, getting caught in a Dominus slam. These things can happen.
There's a lot of loot on the ground. Sometimes it's hard to see. A lot of items on that loot filter.
Yeah, you got to turn those loot labels off halfway through this fight for sure. All right, here we go. First form Dominus. Pretty much the scariest part of this fight because of the slams and getting caught in a bad position for the ghost things that he throws out. I don't know what to call it. The channeled skill. Second form, usually you're going to be in a spot where you can mostly face tank that, maybe just portal out for a refresh. You got plenty of time. It's mostly bleed degens. Very safe. He's keeping his distance, not getting close enough for the slams. Even going behind the wall. Rise just making sure to avoid all of that lightning damage. Probably conscious of not having much lightning resist, so playing it a bit safer.
Oh yeah.
Going and gearing between
lightning,
phases.
It was doing like really no damage to him when the lightning things were coming out. And did you know that those totems were actually cold damage, Ziggy?
Yeah,
I didn't know that till about
a cold searing
last
bond.
year.
And they do slow you down. That's the worst part of those guys. They slow you down and you might be caught in a slam. If they're on top of you, Dominus maybe teleports or something. DeadandDoom also playing really safe. His totem gets slammed, so he's just keeping his distance, using that range on Sunder. Sunder's range is really nice. And he gets into second form, no worries as well. Goes for a refresh. Second form for Rise, as I said, just able to face tank at this point. You put your totem down, you flask through the damage, and second form is a bit of a piece of cake compared to the first one.
It looks like he will get the kill first. Domino's still going through the ground for DeadandDoom.
Rise keeping that lead there. Take this moment to like gear up, grab any gear, and probably look at that on the way through Aqueduct. Second phase for DeadandDoom should be just as confident. I think his gear's even better. He's got 710 HP compared to Rise's 630, so pretty good HP lead there. He's going to be feeling confident as a result. Plus he's got plenty of fast charges to see him through the rest of this fight.
Yeah. Look at this comeback from Nugi, like catching up to
DeadandDoom.
Right? What happened there? Well, they were so far behind. So now it's like, I mean, PoE kill will be coming up soon for Gucci, but Nugi has caught up to DeadandDoom essentially. Maybe just like a minute or two behind.
Nugi's pushing hard, and he's going hard on Dominus first phase here as well. He's not hanging back like the other guys were. He's willing to jump away at the last moment for that slam, standing on top of him, which results in actually a very fast first phase kill there. There's too many F's in that sentence.
And here we go. We got the aqueducts for Raze and DeadandDoom. Unfortunately, we probably won't see any tabby farming here.
Not likely, no. Perhaps a little bit too much of a time commitment for the advantage. I've also got PoE coming on at the same time here for Gucci. So we'll see if there's any unfortunate PoE incidents. After that first race, these guys are like, you know, having a much more confident PoE showing. No issues like the last one.
He took the Chinese strat to heart, and he's got 3 busts that he's going to turn in for that +1 skill point. Gets 2 canned again.
Still hasn't turned them in though. He's holding it out until the last moment for that. And his next trip to town, he'll probably hit that up. PoE first phase, going down no problems, not really taking too much damage. Caught in the open against the ice, but manages to dodge all of the shots. Full bullet hell mode engaged, not a problem.
What a god.
Looking real confident. Oh, that was some MLG plays right there. The movement, the leap slams, slotting himself in between each of those ice shots.
And look at this, both DeadandDoom and Raze going after some of the side blue mobs, get a little bit extra of that XP.
Yeah, down each of those little side areas, there is a guaranteed blue pack. These are the things you know as a racer, just to grab that bit of extra XP. Those blue packs giving you significantly more XP than anything else. So grabbing those guys for sure.
We're about 1 hour in. Everyone's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, you know, I know earlier we were talking about we'd love to see some of the international competition in this race, right? Like down to the wire between, you know, our guys and the Chinese server people. But looks like it's just us, these 4 right now. But still interesting to watch Raze and DeadandDoom duke it out in the dry lake.
Dude, there's like heaps of practice and heaps of experience going into it here. It's an exciting race. I'm really glad how close this has been the whole way. Even Nugi catching up now and just only being barely behind. Super close, and still that potential, lots of potential for death in the next 2 acts. The most exciting part of this race are yet to come. And with the cash, that little extra tension of the cash money being on the line, I'm excited to see how this pans out. I've you know, before this race, I was thinking, you know, there's such a strong chance that DeadandDoom is just taking #1 and the rest are duking out for 2nd and 3rd. But at this point, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like that.
I mean, as long as they don't die, we got you know, Nugi, Raze, and DeadandDoom are guaranteed some juicy prize money. But you know, if there are some deaths, then Gucci comes up from behind, and it could be pretty juicy.
Yeah, that's it.
Dry Lake got the density nerfed a little bit, right? So it's not really worth killing anything in there except for Vol. So
yeah, they're just gonna be rushing straight to Vol, grabbing him, avoiding slams. Standard fare.
Rise is in the aqueduct again for some reason.
I don't know why that is. Is running a previously ran aqueduct? He might have had to log. Perhaps chat saw what happened there. I think he might have had to log like right at the end, which is super unfortunate. I'm surprised he didn't just reset the zone and get a little bit of XP on the way, but it looks like he apparently still has lots of packs he can get. This is very confusing. The map looks like it's explored, but there's no dead packs here. What is going on? He must be tubular farming. That's the only explanation.
Well, that's an instant loss for RazeQT. It's a bold strategy. I mean, I appreciate him for going for the memes, but
he's giving up
maybe
the
it
cash.
was a disconnect or something.
He's giving up the cash, but he'll come out of this race with a tubular in standard.
No, but we saw him in Dry Lake, didn't we? So there's no way he wouldn't have at least the town waypoint.
Oh,
maybe he's going for another level.
A fixed seed race, so because he's explored it once, the map remains revealed. So I didn't even know that this was a fixed sealed race, because that doesn't really have any impact, because these guys don't know the seed ahead of time. So the only impact is if you have to like rerun the zone. But he must have decided he actually wants to farm a bit here, because that's what it looks like he's doing. He's actually getting XP.
DeadandDoom as well, going through the actress.
So yeah, they just wanted to go get that Volt kill first, and they're actually getting... I'm honestly surprised about this. I didn't really expect these guys to farm, but there's a lot of dangerous parts in this act and moving forwards, and if they get a bit of a level advantage here, then it's going to make the rest of that run a lot safer, and maybe they don't have to stop and farm somewhere else. And this is the safest and most consistent, highest XP spot to farm for a while, or really at all out of anything coming up.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the Malachi fight. Got some juicy damage there.
Dude, some real juicy damage. Can't wait. Looks like DeadandDoom checking the positions of Rise there. He's opening his friendship panel and typing in RA to try and get Rise to come up. Just checking his level, just seeing where he is. He's just, I think, confirming whether he's farming aqueducts or not. And it looks like they both just grabbed like a level or two there and are moving on. Or is Rise going back? He's going to San. He must be picking up a gem or something.
Looks like Uberly in the chat saying Act 4 zone levels are imbalanced. You need experience or you fall behind because you go from 33 to 37 zone levels too fast. I see.
Good to know, yeah. So these guys, that's just like, it shows just that, that insane knowledge, just like that little thing, just like the difference that just grabbing 2 levels or 1 level in this zone smooths out the rest of that run and keeps you at the appropriate level as you continue through. It's crazy, right?
Now it looks like everyone pretty much farming the early parts. It looks like DeadandDoom has gone into the mines, while RazeQT is farming Dry Lake. Yeah,
that's this is interesting to see the strategies diverge, because they've been doing the exact same thing almost at the exact same time this entire race. And now the strategy is diverging. DeadandDoom feeling confident to continue, but Rise taking a little bit more time, farming up a bit, getting XP even in Dried Lake. Again, a bit unexpected. I think it's like one zone level higher, so that must be relevant.
I guess act-wise, progression-wise, DeadandDoom is now in first place, and Gucci is coming up on Dominoes soon.
Yeah, when the strategies diverge like this, it starts to become difficult to determine placing, like who's actually in the lead, because maybe one has more XP, but the other is ahead, so difficult to call. D&D going very low against one of the mini-bosses there. Picking up Dash Road as well, grabbing that extra passive. Barely any extra time spent. Feels like it's worth it. The extra passive is the MVP of this race.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like RazeQT killed Vol again. It's a high HP mob, questionable drops. XP, is it worth it for the time?
Did he not get the kill before maybe? Like, I can't imagine why he would kill Vol again otherwise. He must have not gotten it the first time. We missed something there. There's a piece of the puzzle missing, I think.
He's a racing god, so I'll say his strats are pretty sound right now. Now he's in the mines, not level 2, but he's getting there.
Yeah, chat is confirming that he either didn't kill him or didn't get the banner that first time around. So
didn't get the banner.
He did have to still get that banner. So that might actually, if there was a mistake made earlier or a missed opportunity on Vol earlier, then that might actually put him a bit behind. Even if he has any extra XP at this point. I'm trying to judge, and it looks like he might be like 1 level ahead. But a bit difficult to tell. Got Noogie entering Dried Lake as well. Going to be going for that Vol kill most likely. Getting a little bit of XP along the way. And second phase of Dominus being started for Gucci. First phase looked like it went down without any incident. Looks like his
It's looking
damage is a
pretty good.
little low, but it's going smoothly.
The question is, if you run across the Tsuni Spirit in Mine level 2, do you pick it up?
Oh, yeah. And we did see DeadandDoom do that as well. It's like, not really an extra time. You don't have to kill the mini-boss there. A lot of people find themselves doing it, and I do all the time as well, killing that mini-boss. But you don't actually have to do it. You just grab it and run, so... You know, it's barely an extra time. The only annoying thing about that passive is that the NPC to turn it in town is kind of off to the side, so... That adds like a few seconds to actually go turn it in and get the passive. Slightly annoying.
Yeah, for anyone joining in, just a quick little recap. We started with 5 people. 4 of the people that you see on the screen here, and one of the Chinese players. Chinese player died in the sewers. He was picking up a quest reward, one of the busts, and then a discharge mob pretty much one-shot him. It was a bad beat, but wishing him the best, and he still gets a Kitava statue.
Yeah, those Kitava statues, man, super awesome. And I'm just like, I'm so in love with the fact that we had this event put on as well. Yes, so good. Yeah, thank you, awesome. Tencent, for doing that. That's rocking.
And as for standings, looks like DeadandDoom, in terms of act progression, is in first place. For those that don't know, Noogie was actually like quite behind, but now he's catching up to Raze. So it will be Raze and Noogie, both kind of in the same areas. Well, Noogie actually going to Mines level 2 as well. So Raze a little bit ahead. He's already cleared most of Mines level 2. Didn't see if he picked up the Spirit or not.
Noogie not opting to not farm at all. He's just going straight for progression. So we'll see how that plays out. But even just like looking at the most obvious thing, his HP is 730, and Rise has got 820, and DeadandDoom is 840. So, you know, that's the level, maybe a little bit of extra gear as well. But he's definitely a bit behind them in levels. So
got Gucci at 544 HP.
Ooh, wow, that is super low.
Who knows what's going on there, but yeah, he could get lucky. Right now, he's like a tiny little Magikarp, but he could become a Gyarados pretty soon. You know, just a couple lucky drops, a couple alchemy orbs, and he's back in the race. He got the Ghost Flame armor, so just looking deceivingly powerful.
Yeah, that can throw you off, but that HP total is very low. It's going to be a real concern later on. If he can't fix that up, it might just be not having any life gear. I'll try and have a look at the life soon, but we've got a couple of boss skills coming up here, or at least one from DeadandDoom. We want to see that. We want to see that Duresso fight. So at least I'll get to go full screen now, since everyone's not at the exact same point.
Yep. And we got a Grand Arena entrance for DeadandDoom, so once again, still ahead. You know, Duresso fight, not too bad. They recently patched it, right? So the swords are easier to see, so shouldn't see any unnecessary deaths. He's about to turn in. He's about to get a skill point. Juicy skill point right there. Let's see what he puts it into. Maybe a little bit more life. Maybe some deeps.
Grabbing it before the Duresso point encounter. Any little extra advantage. The fight can still go in an unexpected ways.
Plus 10 strength.
What's he doing? Re-rolling his boots? Oh, recoloring his boots. Here we go. Trying to get that. Nice. Just get all his auras and stuff in from the looks of it, actually. Not even ended up using those boots for skills since he actually got those 4-link gloves. So, but just trying to get that hatred equipped for the extra damage at this point. They'll all be running
big life node.
Big juicy life node. Looks like he's actually... So what he's doing here is he's doing the first half of Duresso's Dream and then the first half of Calm's area. Since it splits off and they're the same levels on either side, you can kind of run the first halves there. And in doing so, you get the progression done in like pretty much the same time. Like there's not really any extra time added, but you get more experience for the second halves of each of those, and more importantly, the boss fights. So you're an extra level ahead when you actually go into those boss fights. So
that
just
is
a minor thing, but it helps, yeah. Unfortunately, no one's going to have any lightning warps or blink arrows here, so we're not going to see any exciting skips, but if you don't know, in the Calms areas, there is these lava falls, and you can, with blink arrow or lightning warp, actually completely skip 75% of the zone by blink arrowing at the right spot on the waterfall, the lava fall even, and just skipping a huge amount of terrain. But you can't do that with Leaf Slam, so we won't be seeing any of that.
Ooh, Noogie taking a little bit of damage in these pits here, but he's okay. And yeah, skipping the chicken and the dog boss, those are extra sleepy.
Yeah, you're never going to be stopping to fight those guys. They're real nasty. That charge with the bleed, and even that turkey hits pretty hard. You don't want to get slapped by that turkey.
Yeah. Recently, I confused a turkey for a peacock. I was unaware that they were two different things.
That's
a fun fact.
You know, we all learn new things every day, man.
So Raze, let's see. DeadandDoom chooses to skip the Torch Grove, those unique monsters, giving a lot of XP, but pretty dangerous with their little Magma Orb shenanigans. And he will be. Do you think he's gonna, once he reaches the waypoint, you think he's gonna go straight to Comb, or is he gonna go over to Duresso first?
Ooh, yeah, good question. I mean, I think the right thing to do is to split it up like that, like DeadandDoom did. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes that. I think that, you know, that's the best choice. I don't think there's any advantage to going straight for the boss. Only a few seconds off, like, portaling out to town or something, or taking the waypoint. Not really anything advantage to be gained by doing that, so we'll see what happens. He's about to grab the waypoint, so we'll find out in a second.
And now it looks like kind of Noogie is even like catching up a little bit more towards Raze. Interesting thing to note, Raze is going towards the right of Duelist, whereas DeadandDoom went over to the left to the Marauder life nodes.
Differences in the skill tree. That's super cool to see. I'm gonna have to have a look at that on the next gear check once we have a little bit of a lull. But there's a lot of bosses back to back here, so a bit hard to check in on the gear. So Rise does split up the zones just like DeadandDoom did. It's definitely the best play. Much safer for those boss fights.
Yep, and Gucci's even in the Crystal Veins now, so he's going to be coming up to Duresso and Comb any minute now.
Nugi's going into the... Is that the final boss fight that he just did there? I think he's killed him. He just has to kill those mobs before the gate opens.
Yep, big shout out to Asuzara in the chat, you know, cheering on her man.
There we go. Nugi grabbing the next zone. He should be doing the same thing and splitting off there.
Yep, he's got the skill point from the spirits, so that's going to be juicy. Look at Nugi's skill tree. Very interesting over there.
Okay, there's a brief moment I can check gear here, so keep an eye out for me before they hit Calm. Let me know if anyone's about to hit Calm. So looking in on Rise QT, nice flat fizz damage on the axe. Nice ring with fizz damage and cold damage as well. It's the one he got earlier. Bit of life, good move speed boots, not playing a huge role, but still good. Bit of resist, not really too much life. Oh, that chest is kind of nice though. That'll definitely help in some of these boss fights. Moving on to Nugian.
We got a Comb coming up from DeadandDoom right now. He's entering the Caldera.
Let's do it. Let's watch.
Doing a lot of gem swaps here.
Getting prepared, seeing if he can optimize his gear, but no, he goes back to town briefly. While he's checking that out, let's Nugi's got a very nice axe with fizz and attack speed, looking very good. Fizz damage on his amulet, very nice gloves that we saw earlier. Not really much life or resist though, so he's going to be maybe a little bit worried in terms of survivability. DeadandDoom swapping gear around, trying to sort out things. He wasn't quite ready for that Calm fight, but he heads back in now. Yeah, those 20 move speed boots.
It's pretty juicy.
He's activating his aura and takes a Calm slam in the process. Didn't have that aura on first.
Damage is looking pretty good. Pretty solid, you know, not taking too many of those slams. Ad phase should be no issue. He's got Sunder. He'll be able to kill everything in one hit.
Yeah, he's got 1,000 HP, so that last little gear swaps and stuff helped out a bit there as well. But 1,000 HP is a pretty good amount to have right now. He's feeling pretty confident with this fight, I think. And he's positioning well on the opposite side to the fireballs. The SRS comes up. That's only just extra flask charges. No problem there. Very smooth kill. Puts the totem down.
Easy.
Totem distracts us with the melee skills. Perfect. Perfect kill. Not a problem whatsoever. Just checking in on the position of everyone else. Looks like we got... DeadandDoom's going to be heading over to take on Duresso now, so he's got a little bit of traveling to do there, and he'll be in that fight.
Killing some big packs of mobs in these pits here. Nugi will be fighting Comb pretty soon. Gucci trying to make his way, looks like, over to the waypoint of the Duresso area.
Rise jumped back to Act 2 for something. Must have been grabbing a faster attacks, I'd say. Maybe he didn't have a spot for it before. So, DeadandDoom taking a nice lead now. And I don't think any, like, real XP advantages come out of, like, Rise's little extra farming there. So, falling behind a bit now. Woo.
Extra XP and a big increase in health. I mean, it's only about 100, but, you know, that's, that could be life or death on Malachi coming up. Almost eats the Flame Blast. Yeah, these guys are pretty easy. Gets a Transmutation Shard if he has any white items. Might be able to upgrade.
DeadandDoom's in such a good position right now because not only has he been playing fast like he's always able to do, but he's also just done really well in terms of gearing. Like his character's really well set up now, and what that means is that the chances of him dying are getting lower and lower as he continues to consolidate that strong gearing position. And even now, like despite his current strength, he's still looking for upgrades. He's still checking gloves, even though he has that 4-link. You know, he's got a backup 4-link if he needs to. He's in that Duresso fight now, so we're going to go zoom in on that. Duresso can be a little scary, though. Things can go wrong. First part down, easy.
Once again, sword's a little bit easier to see after the most recent patch. All the attacks pretty easy to avoid. I don't see any issues coming out here. Ooh, yeah. That burst taking him down to maybe half, but he's got the big life flask, so he should be fine.
Pretty smooth stuff, avoiding all those swords easily, avoiding the majority of the slashes there. The chills can be a little annoying, but you know, not getting stunned or anything like that. His character is strong enough at this point to not get stunned at all from most of these attacks. So
just tanking it. He knows he can take it.
Yeah, a little bit
on
of a
the last
combo.
quarter, so he'll be all right.
Yeah, Duresso gets a little bit hyper on this last little bit of HP here, but he gets the kill.
There it is.
No worries at all.
Got the Eye of Desire.
We got Calm
like
coming up for
Black
Rise
Core.
now. I'm going to zoom in for Calm's Rise kill.
Well, let's take a look here. It's good damage. Almost half health already. Hasn't taken a single hit.
He's throwing that vulnerability curse on Calm even. Working a little bit of extra mechanics
action.
there. Yeah, a little bit of self-cast Cursed. I approve. I like it. A little bit of extra damage, although, unfortunately, Curses are weaker on bosses, so the incentive to use it is less than otherwise, you would think. Taking a lot of damage here, getting really low twice. He's only rocking the 1 life flask, instead opted for that Jade flask, which is very strong. And he gets the kill.
Yep. Easy kill nonetheless. He hasn't killed Duresso though yet, so he's now he's like, you know, losing a lot of ground to DeadandDoom. But we'll see what happens on the Malachi fight. Once again, if a death comes out, then Raze shoots back up into first place. Comb kill from Noogie.
I apparently said Calm's Rise kill. I was proven wrong. Noogie fighting on top of all of the fireballs, but managing to avoid most of them somehow. Just getting lucky with his movements there. Not even worrying about the fire. He must be feeling pretty confident in his fire resist, because he's not taking much damage there. Looks like a pretty confident Calm kill.
Noogie's a veteran of the game. He's done this fight probably thousands of times, so really nothing too scary here. Comb attack's pretty darn slow, and look at DeadandDoom just zooming through.
He's definitely well and truly into Belly of the Beast now. Level 2 already. So he's going to be taking on Malachi in no time at all, which is very exciting. I'll take this opportunity to check DeadandDoom's gear, in fact, because I want to see, because he's been doing a lot of work on that. So he's got those 4-link gloves, didn't really roll anything on those. A bit of life resists on his belt, good stuff. A bit of life resists on his boots, which are those 4-links as well. And he's got his leap slam with faster attacks in there as well as everything else he needs. Fizz damage on his ring. He's got some lightning damage and life, a really nice life roll on that Lapis amulet. Fizz damage, axe, not yet suffixed, and the helmet is nothing, but he's got his skill set up in that. Looks like he's actually gone for the 4-link on his Ancestral War Chief and not his Sunder. His Sunder is actually 3-linked in his helmet. So prioritizing the totem damage for that boss kill instead. Rises on.
Nice. Maybe he's a little shook from the previous death, so he wants a little bit more passive damage. So it looks like DeadandDoom is doing the Piety, the little beam, nothing to see there. Gets toucanned, going to the next zone. Ray's doing a little Duresso kill. Looking pretty solid, not taking too much damage either. It's just looks exactly like when DeadandDoom did it. So hopefully he catches up a little bit more, so we have a closer race.
Yeah, I want to see it happen. But I'm still hoping for some more deaths, man. We haven't had nearly enough deaths this race. I want to cut this Twitch multi-Twitch down to 2 streams. I want
2 would be
two
really
side
nice,
by
yeah.
stream. This looks so good. He gets a unique there. Wrapped gloves. What are those guys? What's that he got? Ondar's clasp or something? I don't think that's gonna play any role here. Where are we looking at here? We've got the last bits of Harvest is going into Shav's arena here. DeadandDoom taking on Shav. These mini bosses slightly scary. Dewardry is the one I'm usually most worried about out of these guys. Do you have any issues on any of these minor bosses when you're kind of like going through full pace in a new league?
You know, usually I use Abrath's Hooves and Poet's Pen nowadays, so the bosses aren't too much an issue. But I will say that when it's the start of the new start of the new league, day 1, I usually die about 20 to 30 times in this zone. But I usually blame lag, so it's okay.
Fair call, fair call. I just want to point out how DeadandDoom is always placing his totem between him and Shav. That is beautiful play because it's absorbing every single one of those lightning balls that she throws out. That was just beautifully done.
Yeah,
really appreciating that.
These guys are veterans of the game. Okay, they have there's some say that there's not that much mechanical skill in PoE. There's a minimal amount, but these guys have it down.
Gucci Prada is going on to Calm as well now. Let's see
Yeah,
how he goes. He's much lower HP. He's got 400 less HP than DeadandDoom had at this point, so he's going to be really worried in this fight.
One hit takes him down to like 40%. That was insane.
I know, I'd be worried about the leap slam. You're worried at this HP. You're worried about the auto attacks getting comboed with like a fireball or something. Like, there's a lot to be worried about in this fight. He's got that portal up ahead of time. He's going to be using that liberally in here, I think. He's going to be spamming those flasks because this is a real sketchy fight for him.
That is just some bad RNG. How do you let your gear be that bad? Is it just it has to be just RNG, right?
Well, it can be a combination of things, you see. Like, it can be bad luck, but it's also, a big part of it is also actually just missing the opportunities. Like, missing the opportunity to grab a white base and use that transmute that's been sitting in your inventory for the past 10 minutes, That sort of thing can make a huge difference. And like I said, DeadandDoom's always using all of that currency in his inventory as much as he can. And that's often the big thing, less so than RNG. Yep. But certainly luck plays a factor.
Yeah, he just killed Malagaro, no problems. Super fast, and we are going to see a Malachi fight right here. Here's phase 1 Malachi, whereas Raze is only at the
I think we're going to have to zoom in on that. Rise is taking on Piety, Spinny Piety, but I don't expect any issues there, so we're going to zoom in on DeadandDoom here, because this is a big one.
Phase 1, extremely easy, not that many mines coming out.
Yeah, phase 1's not too bad. Dodging that slam there. No worries. Feeling confident. Already sets up the totem ahead of time for Piety. Ready for that transition. Toucan mid-fight. No time to type TNT. Dodging the fireballs perfectly.
Lots of toucans coming out.
Getting 10 tickled a little bit there. Having a little bit of a giggle as a result.
He's getting those max range sunders in. Pretty good placement.
Setting back up for Piety once again perfectly. She goes down, and that's first phase down perfectly. Let me just quickly check on the multi-twitch. Looking good.
Goes down about max 70% HP, not losing too much. And now for the juicy part 2.
Noogie spinning that shit with the DJ Piesto up in the top right, taking her down. No worries, he'll be on as well. Rise
is about to start. This is an interesting fight. One time I did this fight deathless when I was leveling. I'm pretty proud of that.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Malachi was an extremely stressful and difficult fight when it first came out. It was nerfed a bit, but at this point the main thing has been players have been playing since it came out. Are very confident on the fight. Even though it looks insanely stressful, you get kind of your movement patterns down and you get a lot of confidence now. And it takes a kind of a big screw up to really have a big upset in this fight for these guys, especially with the 1100 HP that DeadandDoom's rocking. I expect no issues for him in this fight. I'm more worried about Innocence and Kitava in the next act for DeadandDoom. Those will be the sketchy ones. But he's looking good, man.
He's so conscious of where the mines are and trying to get sometimes even getting Malachi in the corner of his screen because you can see more in the corners than you can top to bottom. So pretty nice character placement here.
Yeah, you don't really want to get him off screen because then you can't tell if he's going for a teleport. And if you're distracted by something when he starts that teleport animation, you don't know that's coming. Yeah, you can be thrown off a little bit.
And here we go. It's looking pretty good. He's going to kill this last heart.
Not a problem. Kiting that circle around, waiting to the last moment. You actually get a little bit of damage in before he actually releases that explosion when he first comes up out of the ground, so taking advantage of that as well. Keeping that totem placed in the right spot, and that'll be the last bit there. I think he's got this fight, no worries.
Not going low even once.
Easy clap. There it is. Let's see where the other guys are at. Looks like we got Malagaro for Noogie right now, and Shav for Rise. Malagaro not too concerning. Shav's also pretty comfortable with the ability to use that totem to block, although that said, Rise eating a few of the lightning balls there.
And now technically DeadandDoom is one entire act ahead of everyone else. This is, look at that, just jumping up the cliffs so fast, getting so
Well,
ahead.
actually, this is still part of the same act. The snow zone is actually still.
Oh yeah, that's playing the game 5 years by the way.
4 even.
Almost to the portal. Then we'll see the little Terminator portal, and then he'll be technically one act ahead. It's just the snow zone, you know. It really gets you.
It was a last minute kind of addendum to the previous act to like kind of tie the acts together. We've got Malachi action for Rise QT now. Shav going down for Noogie. It's a really slow fight for him though. It's taking a little while for him to kill Shav.
So here we go. We got
safe.
the Malachi fight going on for Rise. Good damage.
The only thing that can really go wrong here is you get caught by that slam. The slam in this phase is actually a little scarier than the second phase. It's a fair bit faster. The teleport has a real nice kind of visual tell on it. In this, he raises his hammer up and slams it down pretty quickly. So if you get caught off guard, it can actually get you. I've seen players die to it in a race before.
Ooh, big slam right there. Yep, he dodges the man. That AoE is nice. That reminds me of 2.6 AoE before it was nerfed.
The mobs did not get their AoE nerfed. Piety down for the last bit, and you'll move on to phase 2. Very good.
Pretty easy. And look at this, even Noogie is on Malachi. I didn't see when that happened. So basically, Raze and Noogie are actually in the same spot right now. So fighting it out for, looks like second place currently.
Damn them for being so close together. I'm going to have to swap back to multi-twitch here, so we can get both viewpoints.
Yep. Raze on phase 2, and Noogie will be on phase 2 pretty soon.
Phase 2 going very smoothly for Rise. He's got a little bit less HP than Dead and Doom had here. He's got just that 1,000 instead of the 1,100, but they're doing pretty close, and his damage seems to be just fine as well. No real issues there. But I think Dead and Doom's pulling ahead a little bit with that falling totem. That's I think that's making a pretty big difference for him. The totem actually puts out some hurt.
But still taking a lot of damage from these mobs in the next act. We'll see what happens here. Noogie doing really well. Nice flask management there. Raze with 1 life flask. And he's got the juicy defensive flask there. I believe it's the Jade.
Noogie actually presenting a real threat to Rise here now with that like phenomenal catch-up effort he's done. Dead and Doom though, super credit to him. Crashed once and logged out once and had to rerun zones and still ahead. What a speedy legend.
Yep. And hey, let's not count out Cuchi Pradas, the Latino Hurricane. He can come from behind, and if there is one death, then he instantly gets some prize monies.
The catch up time-wise is going to be a real challenge for him now, especially with his gear the way it is. But if he stays alive, then, a death to Innocence or a Kitava, which is the 2 real spots where I'm expecting one, he could get in that top 3 just like that in a fraction of a second.
Yeah.
Kitava goes down for Rise QT.
Yep.
Super smooth, not a problem. Eats another fireball just to put on a show. Last heart for Noogie as well, so they're super close. Last little bit of HP here. Malachi goes straight into tentacles. Easy time for DPS.
Yeah, it's amazing how far Dead and Doom is separating. Look at it, he gets the miasmator. That's 1 skill point right there on the way to the next zone. So he's definitely done a bit of practice. Some people only practice, he said, till the first few acts, but he's done it all, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the big separators. Like these other guys kind of slowing down a little bit as they get into more and more unfamiliar territory. Rise said he didn't practice Kitava kills at all, only did the piety practice just to get into that second round. Managed to do so very nicely. But that might start to cost him a little bit here. As I think D&D's had that practice everywhere.
So Noogie going into the snow zone.
Apparently I said Kitava down when Rise killed Malachi.
Rise QT has won the race, boys.
100% professional commentary here. The race is over. Rise managed to substitute the bosses and has now won.
Me and Ziggy planned this for weeks. We got everything together. We had a
absolutely
script.
did
We
not
had
manage.
notes.
We absolutely did not organize this yesterday afternoon.
Hey, it's going pretty well though. This is fun.
This has been a lot of fun, man. I've been really enjoying this. I hope you guys have too. This is super fun. Imagine, this is the fun we can have with a last-minute, unscripted, unplanned race event. Imagine if we had scheduled race programming that we could prepare for and use specially developed software for. I know one of Havoc's friends has been developing some insane spectator software that makes stuff look really good. You can go check that out over on Havoc's stream as well if you want to have a look at that. It looks awesome. So, more race events, yes.
Let's do it. Race QT making his way through the slave pens. The area is like deceivingly long. You know, a lot of dead ends, a lot of places to get caught on your leap slam. But
and it's still a relatively new feeling act, and you know there's still a good chance that some of these guys don't really know the layouts of some of these zones. You know, in Act 1 and 2 and 3, you know all those layouts off by heart if you're an experienced racer, but these ones, you know, some unexpected layouts you get, you know, once every 20 times or something might crop up.
Sometimes this zone for me at least, or the next zone, does me a bamboozle because the miasmeter usually takes me about 3 runs of that zone to find that gosh darn thing.
So here's my thing with this act. I still kind of haven't even really like solidified in my mind which quests you can skip. So I would end up doing some of these other quests by accident, or starting to do them and then realizing I don't need to. So. Yeah,
I tell you, it's like you ever like turn in a quest and you're like, all right, give me my skill point, but then you end up with two regret orbs or a book of regret, and you're like, oof, okay.
Or they give you like a rare stun belt or something.
Yeah, it's like okay, belt. Or like the flask from Whalem from the locket or something. I'm like, okay, next time I'll remember. Never remembers.
Chat's telling me not to refresh because Twitch is dying. Okay, I will not. We should be good, hopefully. Hopefully we can catch the rest of this race. I'd be devastated if we had to cut it off now. But everything seems to be working on my end.
Yeah, I can still see your stream. You're all good.
Sweet. Rise QT just stream freezing. I was worried that his game actually froze there. There was a long pause. I think it was just his stream dying a little bit again. Alright, so at this point, it's a bit hard to tell kind of where some of these guys are at, like Noogie versus Rise. I think they're pretty close together from looking at the minimap.
Ooh, a big death.
Oh,
big
no,
death.
I'm like, whoa. Oh,
yikes, Deirdre. The big hit on one shot on 700 HP.
Ouch.
Yikes. So that is the top 3. So now it is essentially DeadandDoom first place, and Raze QT and Nugian fighting out for second place at the moment. But once again, big Kitava fight coming up.
Yep, and at this point they're battling out for the difference between what are those amounts like? 3,000 versus 1,500 and 800. So a pretty big difference in those placements.
800. It's
they're gonna be pushing for it.
Ooh.
But they are all guaranteed a top 3 at this point for sure. Gucci,
gotta feel good.
Ouch, man, that does suck. But we were talking about his HP earlier, and he managed to just make it through that Kelm fight. You know, it looked sketchy, but when it come to those big fizz hits from Deirdre, especially where those 3 orbs can stack up, or you're in a vulnerability aura, and that level of HP just becomes a massive liability. Yeah. So the missed gearing opportunities, the bad luck with the gear, and maybe being a little underleveled all cost him that there. And unfortunate to see, but thank you very much, Gucci Pradis, for Racing Man Legend. Can we get some easy claps in chat for Gucci Pradis?
It was unfortunate.
What a legend.
Vulnerability coast. But you know what? Now this is exciting. Now it's like locked in, right?
I cut down my Twitch, multi-Twitch to 3 streams, and that might have been a mistake because I might not be able to load.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I won't do mine. I won't do mine.
Yeah, don't do yours.
Ooh. Oh, I can see. Yeah, I can see yours loading. Okay. So I will describe with words, by the way, what's happening. We got Raze QT. He's going through the city square, you know, killing some blue mobs, hitting some proximity shields, and let's see, he's making some good XP progress. DeadandDoom almost goes down. He goes down to about 30%, but he's okay. He's got a lot of gems to level, and Nugian is also in the control blocks. Nothing too special there. He's about to level. It's back. Is it back?
I do have the full screen streams up that I can refer to, but I don't think multi-Twitch is working for me anymore. Thank you, multi-Twitch. Thank you, Twitch, for dying at this exact moment. I can swap between the streams. Let me know if I miss, you know, if anything exciting happens, and I'll instantly swap between the three.
Okay,
no
problem.
Camera work here. I'll do my best.
I'll just not refresh my my multi-Twitch then, so I can see everything. Nothing too exciting coming up anytime soon. This act is pretty long, so. Raze QT hitting the waypoint, go to the courts. We have a various fight coming out from DeadandDoom. Pretty easy, avoiding all the projectiles. Oh, he eats a big blast from Various, but only takes probably like 20-30% of his HP.
This is a scary fight, man. Like, things can go wrong in here. You get a bad statue placement on the orbs. You take a slam at the wrong moment. Some of those slams are really fast. So this is definitely a fight to watch closely. But he's got 1200 HP. His gear's been good. His damage is looking pretty good. He's not having any trouble dealing with those adds. It looks like he got Avarius down pretty fast. But this is a big fight. I think if he does really smoothly at this fight, then his Kitava potential is very high.
Yeah, I mean, this fight it's deceiving sometimes because, you're fighting him, you're doing good, and then it goes into the ad phase, and it's super snooze man, right? Like, you're just sitting there waiting for 2 weeks for the next phase to come up, and then, boom, he might hit you with a little bullet hell, so it's pretty scary.
First phase is down, but first phase is the easier part. The second phase, I think, is a bit scarier. He can do those, he has, like, 2 movements. One will leave the sparks out like that, and then he's got one where he goes for a slam as well at the end of it, and that can be a little bit unexpected sometimes. There goes the beam. The beam's not too bad. He goes for the teleport out, though, I think because that statue was still up. Using the opportunity to vendor some currency orbs. I think he's just trying to get as many portal scrolls as possible. He realizes he's not going to have any time to craft. He just needs portal scrolls, so he vendors like a scour for a scroll fragment so that he can get a portal scroll. That is some commitment.
I mean, I like how clean his inventory is now, right? Most of the time you see these guys running around with full inventories. That gives me some, some concern. Like, I get really panicked when full inventory, as someone who usually just does mapping.
People have refreshed my stream and they now can't watch because Twitch is dying. Guys, I salute you. I'm sorry this will be up on YouTube later.
So it's like Twitch as dead as best, dude. Like, hey, that's negative mental at, dude. Cut that. Yeah, I need you to calm
Twitch
down,
is
sir.
Having some troubles for sure. I'm at least I can still see these 3 streams and swap between them, and I can see Dead and Doom.
Because you have
logging,
you have too many people in your.
Whew.
You have too many people in your stream.
Dude, thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry some of you can't watch right now. That really sucks. I'm sorry, dudes. Can't do anything. Right. Twitch is being stupid.
So now it looks like, ooh, actually, Raise QT also on the first phase of this fight, so it's closer than I thought.
This goes to show how difficult this fight is compared to what they've faced before. Dead and Doom is still fighting second phase of Arius. It takes a very long time at this point. You're very under-leveled, you're under-geared compared to what you'd normally be at this, and this is a big difficulty jump. It's a dangerous fight, which means there's a lot of mechanics going on that you have to avoid, and that means a lot less time DPSing as well. So he's trying to get that totem to do a lot of work, and that's where that full link is going to really help him out. But it's still super dangerous, and he's portaled out a couple of times during some of the parts of the fight. Like when he throws out the ball, he'll portal here as well because he just needs. There's nothing he can do there.
3 portals left after this one. Oh, he's using the immunity to avoid the bullet hell. That was really smart right there.
Definitely what you got to do there. When there's no statue out to hide behind, what can you do? Dodging the slams, not having any problem, gets him down. Excellent Avarius fight. It's such a dangerous fight. That was one of the big kind of death hurdles there. It's pretty much just now Kitava at this point. He's got very little to do. It's like almost instantly straight to Kitava now. So he's got to run through a few zones and then he'll be there. Let's go check out how Rise QT is doing. Almost first phase down. He's got avoiding a few of those attacks. There's a slam coming. Well,
I usually see a few death clips on Reddit to Avarius early in the league sometimes. I mean, the bullet hell, sometimes comes out unexpected.
Sometimes this fight is scarier than Kitava himself. Like, it can be really nasty, and sometimes he's just an absolute jerk too. Like, he'll just go back-to-back lasers and bullet hells, depending on how he's feeling on the day. So let's see how he's feeling for Rise here, whether he gives him a really painful fight or not. As you can see, Rise letting the totem do a lot of work there. Rise HP is very good, 1200.
Noogie on the same fight as well, so
wow, keep an eye on him.
I'm liking this.
Still first phase for Noogie, I'm assuming. Yep. Rise looks like he's fire or light. Is the laser fire or lightning? I can't remember if it's fire or lightning, but the relevant resist for Rise seems to be a bit higher than D&D. He wasn't taking anywhere near as much damage.
Yeah, so he's letting his totem do most of the work. He's being chased around by the big boy that Avarius summons.
Those statues actually hit really hard.
Snooze man phase. Yeah.
If you ever get hit by one of their slashes, it actually hurts a lot. There we go, he's in the ad phase. Let's just pop in and check in on Noogian just very quickly here. Looks like he's preparing. Yeah, he's in ad phase and allocating some passives. He's got 2 passives to allocate. He's just doing it in the ads phase. What a legend.
Yeah, he is a god.
Dead and Doom doing all the progression he needs to do. He'll be to Kitava in no time at all. So
Yep,
unless he dies on
staff
Kitava,
purity.
it's a fight for second here. Easy dodges from Rise, no problem dodging the slams. Laser comes up, it's going to use the statue to block that. Statue stopped at the right point.
Yeah, his totem is taking a lot of the bullet hell stuff. That's a nice placement by Raze. And I know, you know, we're all cheering for Dead and Doom. We know he's like the favorite, but you know, I don't want to wish anyone bad luck. But you know, Deaths of the Kitava definitely make the race way more interesting.
I am not afraid. I love Dead and Doom. He's a god raiser, one of the fastest Path of Exile players. But my bloodlust easily outweighs my love and appreciation for that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I want them all to die on Kitava, man. That would be so so epic. It'd be such a good finish. And then I just want to watch like the beads of sweat as whoever has to decide the placings for this race has to figure out who won.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to see. It's either gonna be what, like whoever gets the Kitava first, or is it gonna be whoever takes the most HP out of Kitava? You know, I don't envy whoever has to decide that if there are 3 deaths.
I want to see that, man. That will complete my life today. All right, ad phase for Rise just about to come to a finish. Nugi's just kind of just on the early parts of phase 2. Tense here, tense moments.
And look at this Kitava fight coming out from Dead and Doom. It
I'm
just
not ready
how
yet,
long
Dead
is
and
the
Doom.
various. Oh,
The various
just
fight.
how long this is. It's super long fight. And here we go.
It
He's
is
starting
insanely
the DPS. He's avoiding
Alright.
the sweep there. Totem is out, getting it down to about 10%. Avoids a big slam.
We have to swap.
And
We need to
there's-
see this Kitava action.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the other guys for me, man. Tell me to swap if we need to immediately.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to jump around as much as possible. Last little bit of the Avarice fight for Rise. Nugi's halfway. It's a long fight, though. Those guys are going to be there for a little while. Nugi's going to be there for a while. Dead and Doom going in. Nice leap slam in the exact right direction, avoiding the explosions. Taking huge damage from the degens, though. That punch can be so fast, man. Sometimes it's just like...
Woo.
no
He
time to
knows.
react.
He knows, though.
I know, his leap slams are like perfectly timed.
Look at that. Avoids the big AoE.
Even like
And
avoiding the
there's
small
another phase
explosions,
out.
not accidentally leap slamming over them, which I have done. I lost my own Goroshi character that way, leap slamming in the wrong direction and going over the small explosion, getting hit in midair. You gotta watch out for
Taking a
that.
lot of damage from that big boy.
Yeah, the ads in the heart phase, especially that second one with the shaman that comes up, they're actually kind of scary.
He's doing all right. He still has 1 use left. He's going to refresh his flask, going back to town.
Yeah, it's a wise call here.
And it's his race to lose. It's looking pretty good.
Just the degen there, not bothering to dodge it. He realizes it's the degen based on which hand he's using. Here comes the cross. Ooh, that was a little close.
Yep.
Still manages to get the perfect dodge, though. Just a little sketchy
Easily
feeling.
dodges
Easy
every
dodges.
slam.
Oh,
Eats
oh
one. Eats
my
a big
God.
one, but he does not die.
Oh,
wow, that was a lot of
close.
damage.
Holy shit.
That HP he
He's hot
allocated
right
in the
now.
Marauder area saved him. Wow.
He's
That
hot
was a
right
fast
now.
slam.
Oh, damn. One level difference, and he would have died there. That was like 30, 40 HP or something, I swear. If he was 1 level lower, 1 less HP note, he would be dead right now.
Going down
damn.
below half health again to just the ads.
Gotta watch that shaman here. Are the other guys still alive, man? They haven't died while I've been watching?
Nope, they're just going through
Okay,
the torch
good.
courts.
Oh, good. Cool,
Yeah.
they made it. Here we go. It's all down to Kitava then. Oof, that punch, though. Just think,
That
the
was
damage
big
range on that
right
punch.
there.
Like, you know, plus or minus 5%. Oh, man. Scary. He's checking in on Rise. He's always checking in
He
on
sees
Rise.
he's in the torch
Mid.
courts, so he knows he can
Not
take it
even
easy
worried.
here.
Oh, that portal was
that was
exactly on the
close.
explosion. That was,
He's got
that was a
last
ballsy
portal. This
grab.
is his last portal here. He's going to wait it out with the immunity timer. Dodges the first slam. He's doing really well.
Here we go. He's
So
really
he's got
close
no
now.
portals left.
Perfect dodge. Another good dodge on the punch. And he gets him down. And I think that's it.
That's it.
What's he writing? Worst run of my life.
XD.
That near miss. He has got it. He has got it. That is official. Dead and Doom. First place.
Ooh.
Kitava statue and $3,000. $3,000 dues. What a legend.
Big.
He stands up for a cheer. He's jumping, man. Epic. Awesome
That
stuff.
was nice. That was fun to watch.
What a speedy god, man. What a speedy legend. That was incredible.
Yeah,
Well done, Dead and
that was-
Doom, man.
Oof.
Got some pepper claps in chat. Good stuff. All right,
We
let's
got
check in on
second
the other
place,
cards.
$1,500 reduce from. So Rays looks like they both have the Staff of Purity now, right? Noogie just grabbed his, so it's gonna be down to the wire for that the extra $700 between second and third.
All right, I'm gonna risk my multi-twitch is working now. I'm gonna risk removing Dead and Doom and just watching Rise and Noogie.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Good. Me too.
Okay, toggle that chat. Oh, they're perfect. It works. Thank God. All right.
Actually, Noogie ahead of Rise now.
How? What? He is. He was so much further behind. On the he was like a full 50% behind on the fight.
What a god, Poggers.
Noogie actually ahead.
He really wants the extra monies. He's heading towards Kitava now, getting stunned a little bit on the way there, but
the prize money is double for
reach.
second, man. Like,
yeah.
I wonder if Rise realizes that Noogie's just caught up, because I think he's felt pretty confident this whole time that he was going so fast. Man, I hope to see a nice strong push here, but oh my god, one of them are gonna die. It's gonna be good.
Yep.
I feel it.
I mean, Noogie could technically get another level here. You know, he's so close to that extra level, but I don't think he's gonna do it.
Yeah, I wonder if he's...
he logs out. He logs out.
Slam on the desk,
He has to log.
That is bad. He realizes that's a really bad log.
Yeah, he knows that he could have... Did he die?
No. Oh, he did. He died. Oh, no. Oh,
did he die?
No, that's not how
the logout wasn't in time. He actually died.
Not 100%. He was down to 200 HP. He logged.
He was only at like 20 or 30% health. Jeez, dude, that is unfortunate.
That really
You could just
sucks.
see the disappointment. You could see the disappointment on his face. He knows that was unlucky right there.
Dude, that it feels so bad, but you got to realize in that situation, if he died while he was logging out, he was dead anyway. He was probably not going to live through that. So got himself into a bad position with the the mobs in that zone and just got surrounded and bopped all at the same time. Just you can tell he's taken that hard. He's taken that really hard.
So
let's cheer on Rise for the last fight here. Let's see if he makes it through the
Rise goes down to 10%. That was insane. He eats
my god!
And
the arm sweep.
Jeez.
Jeez.
So it's rides the wave of the last arm swing there. Dodges, pretty easy dodges of these ground slams.
Not even leap slamming dodges, just casually
And he
running.
eats the last part again, but he only goes down to half.
Confidently
he's getting
taking
messages
the sweep.
in game. Wow.
Confidently taking the sweeps there. I'm a refresh because I'm slightly behind and you're spoilering me.
Yep, no problem.
Give me the refresh.
He goes back to town. He's going back in. He's probably got a lot of portals, so no, he now knows that Noogie is dead. So all he has to do is play it super safe, take as long as he wants, and he will have second place.
Ooh, that was a little close on that wave from the punch there. He's getting flashbanged as well.
Flashbanged. Oh boy!
You can't even see Kitava's arms because of it. That is so BM. I do not encourage this kind of behavior. I officially stand against this form of flashbanging behavior. Oh, dude, he's getting real sketchy kind of dodges here. I feel like they all feel so last minute. As you're watching Dead and Doom, and they're all confident instant dodges. That was
he D&Ds in the middle of running over. That was nice.
Mid dodge D&D.
Oh, big slam coming in.
Oh, this is rough. He's throwing the projectiles. Oh my god, the degen even. Even going low to the degen there. Whew.
Here we go. Got a heart phase.
Is this first art phase? I think this is first art phase. Alright, whew. Here we go.
Ooh, taking big damage from the ad. Yeah, it's going down to 60%, but...
It's actually portaling during the ad phase, because... I mean, the ad phases in boss fights usually give you flash charges, but this one takes them away. Because it's so sketchy. It looks like he's actually having some real problems killing these guys. He's using that curse, which is good, though.
Yeah, slowly whittling away at the heart. A little bit less damage than we saw Dead and Doom with. I think he's just I think he's playing it cautiously, right? He's being really mindful of where all the mobs are, and if he needs to portal back to town, why not? He has all the time in the world. 6 portals left as well.
I don't know if he knows that Noogie had that unfortunate death at this point, or whether he's still in full game mode. But he has secured his second position based on our understanding of the rules. But for That's a risky portal. For you know, for posterity's sake, he has to do this. He has to make it all the way. Using the immunity against the slams, replacing his portal.
There we go. Dropping the totem.
Dodging the projectiles there. It's rare to get hit by those, but I have seen someone get like one shot by them recently. Actually hurt. Standing in the exact right spot for that arm swipe.
Very nice. Oh, big.
Oh,
okay.
Again,
so he goes right back to town.
X.
I mean, that is smart. You know, using the immunity.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
not?
good use of mechanics. Clever use of game mechanics, TM. I've cranked up the leather layers for this fight. It feels only appropriate.
I mean, usually people do this for the Brine King fight to avoid the little thunderstorms. At running the risk of, you know, if you somewhat DC, then you have to
using
run
the
all the way
mechanic.
back. Walk of shame.
Wise, yeah, wise choice, wise choice. Here we go, second heart with the shaman. Very scary little ad phase. We don't normally worry about ad phases, but this one's touch and go. He's keeping his distance, trying to keep them on the other side of the heart, just focusing on the heart, not even worrying about killing the unique ads.
So as we see, if he does take hits from these guys, he's going to take a lot of damage. As you see, one hit is about 30%, 40% of his life. So this is pretty spooky. Oh my gosh, he gets teleported on as he jumps into the portal.
He actually went down to like 300 HP while portaling there. I'm always worried about that, because if they get that last hit in right while the load screen's coming up, like, you're done.
Yeah. Taking 50% of his HP in some of these hits, but he's still doing slow and steady DPS. As you can see, he's always targeting the heart when he's using his Sunder, so whittling it away very slowly.
Yeah, he's really taking his time letting his totem do that work, eh? He's just kind of chasing him around in circles. Doesn't have his Jade or anything up, but looks like he's not going to go for another refresh. He's going to try and finish this here. Waits for the
goes back to
degen.
town.
Portals in the punch. You can look at his face, man. You can tell he's like, got that lightheaded. You know, when you're real nervous, when it's real tense, you got that adrenaline really pumping, and you're starting to get lightheaded.
Ooh, a lot of damage there.
Ooh,
got some time to deeps. A little arm sweep here.
You can really thank that good HP pool that he spent time and effort building up here, because that was close. That was I think that was the medium explosion.
That degen is so brutal, avoiding the big slam again. Now he's kind of deciding, you know, he's got like 30 seconds to place down the portal. And it's looking pretty good for him.
There we go, man. I think that's it. That's it. He's done it. He's done it. Secured the second place. What a legend.
Wow.
The ladder says DeadandDoom in first place like 10 times. What an absolute legend.
That was fun.
Easy claps. Oh my god, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. I gotta bring out the multi-twitch just so I can see all their faces here. But what a showing, man. That was super fun. What a cool race. So it's pretty clear what the final standings are here. DeadandDoom in first. We got Noogie unfortunately going down to the ads on the way to Kitava despite having that lead. So coming in third, and Rise coming in first. I did that second. I did that completely out of order. Amazing.
It's alright. People understood. They knew. DeadandDoom first, Ray second, Noogie third. And very unfortunate third place for Noogie. I would have loved to see a or a same time Kitava fight, right, between the two. Very unfortunate logout death there.
Yeah, that was a real tough one for sure. You know, he got into a bad position, got surrounded by mobs, and they all gave him a whack at the same time, and the logout was not enough to save him in that instance. It can happen, you know. That can happen. Logout's not 100%, so it goes down. But nonetheless, I'm sure he's smiling now. You know, it hurt him when it happened because it feels like a rob, but he's smiling now because he still got in the top third. Still got in the top third, and they will get that shiny Kitava statue.
Yep, that is gonna be nice.
CuteDog, thank you so much for commentating with me, man. This was an absolute blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It was fun. Do it again sometime.
Yeah, for sure, man. I hope we see more races like this, either run by Tencent or G2G, or as I was mentioning earlier, Havoc and Community run some community races, and we might be having some more of those coming up in the future, so keep an eye out for those, and I'll try and get involved, and I'm sure I'll see you there. Maybe do some more co-commentating again.
Yep, sounds good. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you later, Z.
See you later, CuteDog. Make sure you guys go
Bye.
and check out CuteDog and Twitch and YouTube.
Hi.
Dead and Doom, how you going, man?
Pretty happy that I won.
Dude, yes. Well done. And like, well, okay, this is what I want to ask you first is, after that first race where you died to Piety, did you like think you were not moving on to the second round?
Well, at first I thought I was out, yeah, but then it turns out that not a single Chinese player finished.
Yeah, so like, we were like thinking, you know, are they just going to have 3 people in the next race? Are they going to cancel the next race? What's going on? And then you ended up kind of just getting in that second one. But I'm super impressed how you, despite kind of like dying to Piety in that first one and probably like feeling a bit worried about that, you had such a beautiful second race showing there. It was like, it looked so smooth, man. So how did you feel like okay once you got into the second one? You felt confident?
I was pretty confident that I was gonna win if I didn't die, yeah. And I went with the like safer skill tree, got more life.
Yeah, I noticed that your life pool was actually the best of everyone's, even finishing there. Yeah, were you kind of like aiming to play it a bit safer? Because that's what it seemed to what it came down to. Like, you were for the most part the fastest player there, though Rise was kind of keeping up with you pretty well.
Yeah, Rise was on really good pace in Act 1 and Act 2.
That first race, he was like ahead of you slightly, and then you pipped him like in Act 2, and then we just stayed ahead consistently. But in that second race, he was like really close to you that whole time. And then I noticed in that second race, he had like one crash maybe in a logout that kind of put you behind a bit.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, that's certainly a sucky way to do, but you for it to happen. But nonetheless, you still managed to catch back up and get ahead again. So were you a bit worried when I saw you kept opening the character page and kept checking Rise's position? Were you starting to get a little worried there?
Yeah, my gear was pretty bad this run, near like Act 4 and 5, and I was really worried Rise was just gonna kill the bosses way faster than me and catch up that way. But turns out he didn't have a good weapon either.
So you said like the main worry was about dying because, you know, being the hardcore race and with no resets or anything available. Did you? So you said you changed your passive tree a bit for that. What did you do there?
Yeah, usually I would go to a Ranger and grab all the attack speed, but this time I went to Sign and Marauder because it has more life.
Ah, nice. Yeah, it looked like it worked out pretty well. What were you most worried about in this entire race? Like, what was the part that you were super sketch about or anything?
Just my lightning rest mainly, I think, in Act 4 and then Act 5. And also my weapon is pretty bad because I never found an ALK to do the recipe on a rustic with in the end.
Right. Yeah, so weren't able to get that guaranteed weapon.
Yeah, to transmute it.
Yeah, 48 IPD, Jasper hacks. Yeah, a little rough.
Only
It's still,
quality.
I felt like that took its biggest toll in the Avarius fight. It felt like that dragged on forever, that second phase.
Yeah, that fight was really unlucky. He also did the ball phase twice, which he usually never does in speedruns, so that was pretty unlucky.
Yeah, it can be super erratic in terms of how he like chains those skills together. So a bit unlucky there, a bit rough. I wanted to ask you got first place, man. There was a nice little cash prize there. What are you gonna get?
I have no idea, dude.
No
I
idea.
didn't do it for the money. I just wanted to do some more races.
Ah, that's awesome. Do it for the races, man. That's awesome. That's why I wanted to cast this. That's good stuff, man. You keen to see more race events soon from either Havoc and Co or GGG?
Yeah, I hope they do some.
The other thing I wanted to ask actually is like obviously everyone was playing Thunder Duelist, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to? How do you feel about that? Do you want to see kind of like changes in that regard in the future?
I mean, I personally really like playing Thunder with Leap Slam, especially Leap Slam. I find it so fun to try to min-max Leap Slam and like never jump into things.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than going move speed Quicksilver, right?
Yeah. I think they should just buff like spellcasters and other melee abilities instead of nerfing Leap Slam and Thunder.
Right, so you just want to see the other playstyles brought up so that you do see a little bit of variety, but you still get to do your Thunder Leap Slams.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me, dude. Congrats, man. Epic showing. Super entertaining race.
Thanks, man. And thanks for commenting, by the way. It's gonna be fun watching
really
the VOD later.
Awesome. Cheers, dude. Catch you later. That was a blast, man. What a wholesome guy. What a wholesome guy. He did it for the racing, man. He did it for the love of racing. Nonetheless, he still got the prizes. Oh, yeah. So this was Noogi's rip, which he gets caught trying to go through the doorway here. They're really stacked up on that doorway. So he ends up walking here, tries to leap slam, but I think he's probably on that wall, so he doesn't get the leap slam. Also gets stunned right here as well. So you got these guys shooting their kind of like screeches, which hits and does a curse, and these guys just going for their regular attacks. It's just a pack of white mobs, but you know, at this point you don't really have much in the way of mitigation. And you know, 1100 HP is fine for this level. He's really like for racing at this level. He's doing fine for HP, so it just takes a huge amount of damage. Goes down really fast. Goes down to, so let's look. So this is the moment that he logs out. 283, which from the looks of the amount of damage he's taken is maybe 1 or 2 hits off of dying. A lot of the hits were hitting him for around 200 though. One here hits him for like, yeah, okay, looks like the hits are roughly like 200 each. Goes down to 284. And then slightly lower, tries to move away, realizes he's, you know, in a real bad spot. He's got 10 chains on him. He's only like 1 hit away from dying. Doesn't have an instant heal flask, obviously. Goes for the log, which is probably the best call in the situation. But it looks like one of these guys, maybe this one here, or maybe one of these guys, is rearing up to hit him at that exact moment. And, you know, disconnects can like seem pretty instant, but they're not quite. And sometimes, you know, there could be like a packet loss or something like that that slows it down even more. So he was pretty much dead, log or no. It was just, in this case, the log didn't save him. The log didn't save him, man. And he goes down and dies on that screen just there. Here he is.
Ziggy, are you reading the group call thing?
Yes, I am. Hell
Maybe,
yes.
I can wait, you know?
What can you wait for?
I can wait for our talk if you know this.
Oh wait! Oh no! I didn't see that last message. Chris wants to.
You should look at the last message.
Dude, okay. No, wait. We'll chat first though. That's fine. We'll be right. Only be a minute. Bryce, how'd you go, man? Tell me about your race. I know how you went, but I want to hear from you. You happy?
It went. Yeah, I mean, okay. So my goal was to get the top 5 in the first race.
Yep.
Ended up winning that one. Luckily, DeadandDoom died. And then that was the goal. Now the dream was to get 3rd in the other race. Ended up getting 2nd. Pretty freaking happy about it. Worked out. I wish those I wish Ziz didn't fail me and the one more Chinese guy would have, like, you know, swooped in. Then DeadandDoom wouldn't be in the 2nd race, and then we would have taken it over. You know?
Yeah, man, we all thought it was out. We didn't know what was going to happen with that 2nd race. Yeah. So that was kind of that was a bit of an upset, I guess.
I think it was a way better decision. It made for a way more fun event. And I mean, what if it only was 3 players? Then maybe I would have gotten 3rd. You know, I would have died to Hellraker or something. But like the race went great. Acts 1, 2, and 3 were amazing. I'm awful at 4 and 5 because I haven't done like Sunder Kitava kill ever. Actually, you know, I had a limited amount of practice and I focused on the piety race because that was the goal. And so this was probably my first Kitava Sunder kill on in a race environment in a long time, and I think it really showed with DeadandDoom really catching up really hard, and then Noogie also I think caught up like really hardcore.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of making note of, was that you guys are like really practiced in the earlier parts, but it feels like DeadandDoom's kind of experience with the later parts of the race really ends up, you know, you feel him sort of just like really gaining that advantage there. He knows the layouts better and he's just smoother at it. He knows what to expect and so on. But man, you're showing though against DeadandDoom, like we all know DeadandDoom's like insanely fast, like godly fast, but you were ahead of him for, you know, so much of that. First race, it was like not as strong. You were ahead of him for a while for the first 2 acts, but then he, you know, got ahead and was just like stayed ahead. But that 2nd race, you were ahead of him for so long, man, like 3-4 acts before he started to really pull ahead. That was pretty impressive, man.
Act 4,
What do you feel like went right? What was the deal with that?
I mean, you know, a part of it was just constantly screaming in my head, leap slam Sunder, leap slam Sunder. That definitely helped a lot.
Wait, so you're telling me that chat could also be god tier races? Because they do that a lot too. So usually there's like resident sleepers or something in there, but
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Because I've been sleeping very
that's
little.
what.
Even before this race, I've only gotten 3 hours. I've been sleeping 3 hours since the league start. So it's like really, really hard to focus. So I kept just repeating in my head, leap slam Sunder, because that's really the crucial thing. If you've got leap slam under control, like mechanically you're doing well with that, then you're gonna do great. And you know, I don't have that much experience. But also, what really helped out is that for the longest time I was a Shadow player. And Shadows generally were the class that did extremely well in Acts 1 and 2. And you could really utilize Flame Dash, and Lightning Trap was very powerful for a long time. So those were always the acts that I mostly focused on, and, you know, everything just kind of fell into place. Although there was one thing that I was really angry about, and I think that was partially the reason why Noogie caught up. I don't know if he caught that, but I had a 4-link since level 31, and after the Malachi kill at 34, only then did I notice that I had a 4-link leap slam and not a 4-link Sunder.
Oh man. So you accidentally linked your 4-linked your leap slam.
Yeah, I goofed up on that one a little bit, but I mean, it sort of worked out. I feel really sorry for Noogie. That's like really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, that death was brutal for sure, man.
Yeah,
Chat really wants me to ask you about toucans. How do you feel about toucans?
About what?
About toucans.
2 cans?
Toucan.
Oh right, the two. Oh yeah, the toucan.
Toucan.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a challenge, you know. I had to up my APM a little bit and throw down those D&Ds. I wish, you know, there would be some system to keep them consistent, but since you're logging out constantly,
yeah,
it was like after every log out, I would get flashbanged and toucaned, and then I had to resize the map every time, and yeah, it was just a little awkward, you know? A little awkward.
It looked like it. Yeah, it was. It was a few moments there where it looked like you were kind of like. I could see you fuming a little bit.
I mean, I got flashbanged on the Kitava. I'm just like, come on, bro.
Yeah, you can't see Kitava's
like
arms. You couldn't see Kitava's arms. Oh man, dude. Well, what are you gonna spend your cash monies on, you sweet dosh? Do you have anything in mind?
You know, honestly, I didn't even think about it. It like dawned upon me right before this talk that there's actual money involved, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
man, that seems to be a consistent thing. The only one that I heard knew what he wanted to spend it on was Ziz, and that was massages. And he was the first. I'm just gonna say he was the first to go. So doing it for the money is clearly not the right approach. Well, GG, man. Well done. Great race. Really entertaining.
Yeah,
thanks for keeping it so neck and neck.
You know, it's great. Be sure to show that support for the racing community and races in the future, and hopefully we can get some more action just like this.
Anything you want me to ask Chris?
No, just please tell him to not ban me for the opal rings.
Okay. All right. I think he's already decided not to. I think you're okay.
I think so too. All right,
dude. I'll catch you later.
Bye.